anticipating at least adequate things.
God damn it, I need to find a boot
You shouldn't
reference.
anticipate adequate things.
If you can play an instrument, it's gonna go okay.
If I can play an instrument, fuck yeah, I can.
You're proficient in 3 instruments, like from the start. It should be fine.
No, I'm.
Oh, wait, Chris is a bard?
On what?
Like that's what I've been reading up on bards. Supposedly they get like proficiency in 3 fucking things.
Instruments?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Of course, they're a
there's
bard. What do you expect?
I should save this for later, but this is weird. Whatever. Is Nick
Nick,
already
are you
recording?
this?
3, 2, 1, let's hit it. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da.
3 fucking instruments.
Die.
Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da.
Die.
It's super fun time, Japan time.
Just
Welcome to
back
the
to music.
podcast. This is being recorded on the 13th of 2018, January, so it's also known as the first podcast of the new year. And per Iggy's request, I've said the name of the podcast and the date the podcast is being recorded
What's the name of the podcast?
Super fun time, Japan time.
You heard it here first. It's not the Nick Sucks podcast. Get rid of that fucking intro.
No, the intro's good. I like it. I worked hard on it. It's staying.
Even TLG said it was shit.
Yeah, TLG doesn't know shit. I don't like him anyway.
Yeah, you know, you only made the thing you modified.
Modified horribly.
Fuck you too, Ian.
Don't take it so personal. We're just telling you the thing you put effort into is shit.
I kind of take it personally when you say it like that.
I mean, everyone will agree.
I don't agree, and
It's
I'm
great
part of
for,
everyone.
like if it was like a particularly hectic podcast or like Halloween or something, but we can only talk about this on the beginning so many times. Fucking change it. Anyway.
Yes, it's
Japan welcome time. To a podcast with proportions that are particularly less than anywhere else on the internet, except for the Sonic Fanfiction podcast. Those guys are weird. Wait, did I ever do that joke?
I'm pretty sure you did.
No, I don't think so.
Shit.
Nah, you did.
Maybe. Fuck.
You reused a joke. Oh no, we're all gonna die now.
It's not the first time, so
we hit a new low.
You
all
hit
right.
a new low.
This is a group fucking problem.
Not in the slightest.
Anyway, yeah, podcast. What are we doing? Who's here?
Hey, I'm Nick or Super. Nobody calls me Super.
Because the only thing you're super at is being a pain. I'm Iggy the Alien. I have 3 heads, 2 arms, because I'm an alien.
Fun fact, he's also a chronic liar.
Well, that's what a liar would say, isn't it?
I'm ASP Ian, also known as Ian.
Nobody calls you ASP Ian. Or ASP, for that matter.
No one calls you Ian. We just call you Guest.
Shut up.
Thought his name was Lan.
Oh, yeah, it's Lan.
Fuck you, Chris. Fuck you. I was hoping you guys would have forgotten about that by now. Ow,
wow,
I did.
Good save. Good save. And the one who actually surprisingly spoke, although it was fitting for his fucking personality, it's Chris, the Pie Man.
I'll be back.
And just like that. All right.
But of course.
I mean,
so I guess
Chris, after all.
Which is great, because due to her fucking stupid rituals, he's the one we call the curator of weeks, who launches us into our topics of discussion. Unfortunately, he just left, so we're left to our own devices.
How are we going to fill content for approximately 10 minutes?
10 minutes? Talk about D&D. D&D is a thing.
Heroes.
Fuck, no, you're not.
All right.
Because you're gonna do it anyway. You're just gonna fucking restate everything you say to Chris, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Why can't I just talk about it twice?
Because the game is ass. Fucking, what, you want a watered down version of a game that's already not great with a gacha system? Good job.
You calling Fire Emblem not great?
Yeah, no, I hate it.
You like XCOM, don't you?
Oh yeah, because XCOM has a lot more fucking shit in it than fucking, I put this thing here and it fucking maybe has a weapon thing. It's not like that. they're very similar games of very different things. Like, there's a lot of things that go into a game. You could have a game of the same genre that have two different reactions to them. Like, there's a lot more that goes into it, like atmosphere, tone, setting, things that are happening. It all changes the gameplay, kind of, too. Like, how many fucking alien augmented robot mechs do you have in Heroes or Fire Emblem?
In all of Fire Emblem, technically one.
Yeah, well, the next time we can have a squad of them. Fighting fucking...
But how many dragons can you ride in XCOM?
I believe there's a weapon called Dragon.
But can you ride it? And then use it to jump into the enemy, use Gale Force to then revamp your movement so that way you can get back out, or go in again with a different character who's paired up with that character to then kill another person or get back out and then kill another person.
How many of you can
Possibly.
fucking send a fucking assault and mech forward? The mech will fucking use a flamethrower on the fucking nest of enemies while the assault shoots them with the shotgun and takes a reactionary shot at anyone that moves against them. And then since they're up there, they can have the sniper who's way the fuck back use their fucking squad sight to fucking get a great aim on anyone that they would normally not be able to see. Effectively killing like 4 or 5 enemies if you're lucky.
Yes, but how many characters can you have go forward and then elevator up the armored units so that way they can take out the stronger units with their impressive BST?
Exactly my point, Nick. The games are very different.
True. You got that right.
Very different. And I haven't even
Despite
finished
being the
XCOM.
same type of strategy, sort of.
It's
game.
like even like their general strategy is very different. Like XCOM's not top down. I mean, you can't put into a top down. It's doesn't work very well.
It's
believe
more
it-
isometric, right?
Yeah, destructible environments and shit. Covers. I don't know how much covers play like in Heroes or whatever it is. Fire Emblem. Definitely not Heroes because that game's fucking watered down as fuck.
There's different movement environments, like there's high walls, there's gates, there's like rivers, bogs, moats, typical sort of fantasy stuff, I guess.
Nick, just so you know, your character's boots are going to be the death of me.
My boots?
Your
Your
character's
apparently.
boots.
Do you wear
Alright.
boots, Nick?
I guess I wear boots.
Hey, I'm in charge of designing your character. Don't forget that.
Okay.
To the specifications of the user.
More or less, but he didn't have a set design for the character, so yeah, I improvised. But I did give him a list of things I was using as reference material, which I could link right now if you want to see them. Or actually, Nick could probably link them since he has them as well.
I never
Well, you linked
downloaded them, though.
They're still in your chat. You can just go to them, go to the original, and copy paste it.
Yes, but
That's a
Ian,
nice thing
there's
about,
something that you fail to realize. I'm recording the podcast.
Give me a moment.
Just open up a second curse.
I don't think that's possible.
It might be. I don't fucking know. I don't know if you can't do that.
I mean, I can
Hmm.
open it
Yeah,
up
man.
on my phone, I suppose, but I can't copy paste it from my phone. Is the thing.
I mean, you can download it to your phone and then via a USB transfer the files onto your computer.
That could work, but
I got it. Give me a moment.
takes a lot longer than Ian just doing it.
Yeah. But Ian's illustrating right now, so priorities.
Yeah, priorities.
I mean, he sent them to me too, and I could do that, but I'm creating spells, so
Still annoyed I didn't get Lucky Star as a spell.
it was fucking busted. Hey, do you want to do like over 20 fucking damage? Yeah, great. It's like 20 damage plus your modifiers for like no reason whatsoever. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did Ian want?
Oh, I have I have it. I'll fucking send it to you.
It's a spell that
Basically-
does incredibly random damage.
It's like it hits. It's like got guaranteed crits on it too, and it's like what?
What do you mean guaranteed crits?
Like at certain things, it was like this crits. Like if it hits an 18, a 19, or a 20, it's guaranteed to crit, no matter what. Ignoring AC and all that, you just crit.
Yeah, but it can also do incredibly low damage.
Yeah, and you can also do incredibly high damage. It's like balancing Nightmare.
I mean, if it could deal damage to you as well, then I could see that being balanced. Like, if you
How is
roll
that
one,
balanced? That's just more chaotic.
yeah,
That would
or
like kill me in
it's at
one
least more
shot.
fun. Like, if it has a downside or a potential downside to it,
man,
it makes it a lot more
you
interesting to
should see
use.
his sorcerer origin.
Which
What
shall
is
not be
it?
spoiled.
So listen, we're not very attuned to 5th edition. So sorcerers have this thing called origins. It's where, because sorcerers get like their powers from within or something, or they've been blessed or cursed or whatnot. Ian has a thing called wild magic. Wild magic lets you do random bullshit. Literally, whenever he casts a spell, I get to determine whether or not this wild magic flares up. And it has a table of fucking 50 effects.
Oh, so it's like the magic that I gave Ian in the last game.
Did you give him something like that?
It's,
Yeah, it was
He's-
from a. I
the
made a
arm
table
thing?
of 100 spells, and you would roll a d100, and depending on which one he got, that's what happened.
Essentially, it's like that, but he gets more control of it the longer it goes on, kind of.
but the effects are
Weird?
they're more. I don't want to say convoluted or complicated. They just
Some of them are very simple.
they just go chaotic. They're more chaotic.
Yeah, that seems to be the
Because there's literally a spell. There's literally an effect that'll make me younger or older.
There's one that shrinks you or makes you larger.
By one size class.
There's one that only lets you fucking... It mutes you and you fucking spew out pink bubbles of your mouth. It's very strange stuff.
There's one where I can also refund all my sorcerer points.
That's literally the best one, I think, but...
It
1 in
means I can
50.
just. It means I can just throw more spells at people, right?
1 in 50. It's like you have to fucking, have source points and, you have to fucking use them strategically.
There's also an effect that turns my skin blue. My skin is already purple-ish.
I mean, you don't really have skin, you have a membrane.
True, but it counts as skin, I guess.
I guess, for our purposes.
But I literally have a spell that can change my appearance anyway, so yeah, there's that too.
So, yeah.
Apparently, it also counts as a curse. Because a remove curse can remove the blue skin effect. Oh yeah, there's also an effect. There's also an effect that turns everyone invisible.
Yeah, I mean, you fucking have to cast a spell though, so like, it's gonna take some practice fucking to figure out how this is gonna work. But that's what the fucking test game's for.
But still, everyone turning invisible.
Yeah.
It'll become so mad. It will be so much madness then. But yeah, back to boots.
Oh, it's a cleric thing. Okay. This fucking game's gonna be the death of me.
Probably because it's the only real version we've ever played.
Oh yeah, no, and I homebrewed it like from scratch.
Uh,
Hey, he's back.
Hey,
We can stop
he's
Hey,
that.
he's back.
He's
I mean,
back.
If we want to
So
keep talking
what I
about
missed?
D&D, I just figured out something very interesting.
What?
what the hell did I miss?
We just talked about D&D and how Ian's fucking sorcerer origin is basically the weirdest fucking thing ever. But weirder than that, did you know there's a new class in D&D?
What's the class?
Blood Hunter. Apparently. Like, I use this site called D&D Beyond. It has all the official stuff. And I just looked today, and it's like, under classes, Blood Hunter, new. So I can
Well, it
only
isn't-
assume this is some official thing.
Well, it hasn't. It probably hasn't officially. Like, there's no 6th edition yet, so it's probably like an add-on to 5th edition, as most things tend to be.
I don't know. It seems to be fucking talk of the walk right now. I think it's official. That's interesting. When was the last time a new class got added to fucking D&D?
Probably
if ever.
5th edition.
Probably never.
Assortment of pictures in the chat. I'm like,
That's the references I was using for Nick's character.
Yep.
What the fuck is the like stripy black and white one?
Mime.
You're making
A
his
mime?
elf a mime?
I'm not done. The mime likes to stab things.
a mime likes to stab things, and then
Nick, like,
And
Do you
plus,
stab
they're also somewhat chaotic evil, so also fits Nick's character.
I guess so. Sure, whatevs. The appearance is ultimately one of the least important things. No offense. So there's that. Fucking curator, do your thing.
Christopher, that's you.
Yeah. Let's hear what Dominic did over 2 weeks. Yeah, we didn't do anything last week.
Oh, my life has basically just been fucking work on D&D, watch anime, and cry.
That's
How
sad.
much of that was crying?
Depends on how much I was watching the anime.
What?
Indeed.
But fucking D&D also, it's just like fucking every time I like make something in D&D, it's basically been a lot of map creation and fucking story crafting, figuring out how everything's gonna work. And a lot of like I just take stuff as it comes. Like I just have a bunch of folders of just like documents of like, okay, here's a quest idea, and here's an item idea, here's a dungeon idea. It's just as it comes up, because every time I like place 2 blocks down to make a map, it's like, oh, hey, here's an idea for something, and then I get sidetracked to go and make that. I look up something like, oh, how does this already exist in the world, and if so, what's like its damage die? Like, oh, it exists, kind of. I'll modify it slightly. I'll test it out a little bit, and suddenly it's like 3 hours later. Why? And then I go back, set 2 more pieces of the map I was making. Like, oh, wait, here's an idea for a quest, and then here we go again. Side
Well,
note,
that just shows you-
I'm at least doing good on quests.
It just shows that you're having fun.
Fun is a word. Fun is definitely a word. It's a good word. Don't know if it exactly fits. But yes, it is fun, though. The D&D game is going along smoothly. Depending on how much I want to be done, it's relatively around 80% done for our purposes of starting.
And then you have to add content as we go along.
Yeah,
Is
but that's like if it's weekly or bi-weekly, I'm not gonna have a problem.
Pretty much gonna be weak.
I mean,
Oh.
like
Let me just
the
say
beauty-
something really quick.
There's
That
the
feeling,
rare-
So I mean,
you
we
just
could.
can't get a
Here's the
straight
thing,
line.
though. I mean,
What?
so okay, so if we were to play D&D every week, then we would have to play on Friday because podcast would be Saturday, or we just skip podcast once a week because having
That's
to.
fine.
I thought it would
like-
alternate because once
Yeah,
again
that-
schedules are so convoluted these days. But then like Ian also has work.
Not
Like for instance, next week Ian
Not
can't.
convoluted. My schedule is set in fucking stone.
Yeah, but Ian's is not, and neither
Yeah.
Doesn't
is yours.
change. My
Yeah,
schedule
yours-
doesn't fucking
And since
change.
yours is stuck in stone, it's at probably one of the most annoying times possible for us.
Not true, not true. But I'm talking about Ian
Well,
more
if-
than anything.
Well, it's more like for me than everyone else because they tend to want me to work during those hours, and I work part-time and I don't have a set schedule.
So yeah,
if I want to have
it's gonna-
If I
yeah.
want to set And if I want a set schedule, I'd have to start working full-time, which I really don't want to do.
I'd imagine how I envisioned it is we would alternate between like fucking D&D and podcasts. Like we would attempt to try and do both, but if we can't, it's like fucking if we only have 1 day a week, like we'd say it has to be Friday because Ian's working Saturday or vice versa, then we'd go for like whatever we didn't do last to fucking fill it.
And that also works out a lot better because when it's a weekly podcast, we have nothing to talk about.
Weekly. Hmm.
What?
Never weekly. Almost
mean?
never weekly.
I mean, yeah.
It was weekly at like one time.
Hey Nick, what podcast is this?
This is 53.
Out of like how many years have you been doing this too?
Not. I think we started in 2014, actually.
Don't
Yeah.
even- don't do this
Yeah.
to me.
I'll check.
Don't hit me with the time.
It was high school, Chris.
So
Yeah,
sad.
it was.
I was like I was a senior in high school, I think.
As was I.
No, you
or-
were junior.
No, we were juniors. We were both
Maybe.
juniors.
We've been doing this for a long time and have skipped many weeks.
Kill me. Kill me.
No, it was 2015. July 28th was when the
That's
first
slightly
one was
less
uploaded.
worse. That makes me
20. Well, that
Yeah.
doesn't guarantee.
So about 2.5 years now.
Wait, July 28th? That would have been like 3 days after my birthday. But of
Wait,
course,
what?
you guys did it
You
without
weren't
me.
on the first podcast
Oh,
because
right.
we did it because you weren't there for D&D. Whatever. We've been over
Well,
this.
slight update. Apparently, the Blood Hunter class is from Matthew Mercer.
Oh,
good.
okay.
Who?
Makes a lot more sense now. Voice actor, Critical Role, you know.
Acclaimed D&D Dungeon Master.
He's previously had things officially published, like he had a module officially published, from what I know. Recently started watching Critical Role. Good voices.
Incredibly so.
So yeah, fucking anime, D&D, crying. And that's basically been every day, man. I play some stuff, like I'm getting into Guild Wars again. I'm fucking playing... Oh, I guess we could talk about this.
Battle right?
There's a... Yeah, Battle Right, too. MOBA-esque fighting game. It's like if you had a MOBA but took out all of, like, the grinding and items and everything and just left it down to the fighting mechanics. Really fun. Fucking everything is great except for Varesh. Fuck Varesh.
As in, like, he's...
Awful. Worst character in the game. Just weak as shit. Why does he exist? Did you see that video I sent you?
I did. I watched it right before the podcast.
Fucking, there are 4 classes of characters: melee, support, ranged, and Varesh. Fucking killed me last night.
He's a class of his own.
Hey, Nick,
Absolute 0 tier.
Nick, just quick question about your character. Do you want a hood, cloaks thing, or...
I'll take a hood.
I think you have a hood via equipment anyway.
Okay, I'll
Whatever.
be... Okay, just asking.
Oh yeah, Chris, we need to fucking sit down and make your character too. At
Special
some point.
besides using the fucking character sheet builder?
Yeah, like the nice thing about it is the Orc Pub. When you send me your character, whenever you make a change to it, it updates for my end too. So it lets me keep track of everything really quickly. Fucking, it just is very convenient.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So, and having it like keep track of like your stats and initiative and everything is a godsend.
Also your EXP and long rest meter. So
Yep,
built-in long
spells,
rest button.
everything. It's all great. It's fucking keeps everything so organized. And for a first time, I'd rather not be like writing down, here's your initiative, here's your fucking AC. It's a lot to keep track of, and this website just helps a lot. We'll do that at some point whenever you want to make it, because I think I have everything. Unless you want to fucking make like a weird homebrew subclass, or you want to change your race to something homebrew, it's all ready.
Okay.
I just did George's before the podcast. Didn't take that long if you know what you want. I've been playing, there's this game coming up, and it's been kind of popular on Twitch lately. A game called Escape from Tarkov. Russian-made game. Made in Unity engines and all that. It's basically, what if we made a game that was essentially DayZ, but took out everything that made DayZ boring? Add in some good shooting mechanics and a lot of gun modification, you've got a very, very popular game. It's only in the closed betas right now, but very soon, within like a month or so, it's going to go open beta, I think. And that's going to be fun. I've been playing it a lot. The main draw of this game is that literally everything, you can lose it. Like every bullet you have, every gun you have, everything you have in your stash, if you take it out to a raid and you lose it, it's gone. Every bullet. It's incredibly daunting, incredibly scary, but incredibly rewarding when you're just out scavenging and you get stuff. Lots of fun. I'm having fun with that. We've been playing Terraria too, although not so much recently.
We got to, I think we got to the
Moonlord.
final boss. Yeah, we did.
Technical final
Technically
boss.
the final boss.
We
But
got
there's
to the
still
final boss
several
of
other
the main
bosses
game. Like, we
of
put on
vanilla.
mods. We put on a bunch of mods. Like, there was the Spirit mod, Crystallium, Thorium.
Tremor,
Calamity.
Thorn, Calamity. Lots of
Calamity
other
will-
miscellaneous mod, like loot bags. Like a lot of that has sped up progress a lot. Like without all those mods,
Definitely
we have
loot
not
bags.
had made it.
Definitely loot bags. Loot bags made things way too easy in the beginning.
Yeah, like,
I don't
getting
think it's not too easy. It's
Not in the
definitely not too
beginning,
easy.
though.
No, loot bags made us progress way too quickly, in my opinion.
I don't know about that. Like the things you get from loot bags are like usually very useless.
You got that Arceus or whatever it is.
Arculus, but
Arculus was quickly outclassed though.
yeah.
Like
also,
I don't.
But also you guys did want to go straight to the Wall of Flesh.
Well, yeah, make it hard mode, make it harder.
actually be able to progress. Which, by the way, we hit a fucking wall, like, right after we hit the Wall of Flesh, because all the new Aura came out And, okay, so after you beat the Wall of Flesh, you can then break demon altars. And in those demon altars, once you break them, they spawn different ores across the world.
Depending on the type of world that is, you'll get some different ores, but they're generally all the same tier.
Right. And so me and Iggy spend about 10 hours or I at least spend about 10 hours trying to actually mine this ore, getting the next tier upwards of things and waiting like, okay, maybe I need to get this other thing or this other thing. And
Turns out all you needed was a Drax.
Or a Hellstone.
Yeah.
We just a Hellstone pickaxe.
We just somehow skipped Hellstone.
I don't know how.
That was it.
Like, we were thinking that, it has to be Meteor. No, it was Hellstone. And so we spent like 10 hours like fucking around. I did at least trying to figure out how to fucking mine it. And then it turns out you just needed Hellstone, which is just at the bottom of the lava. Ah!
And then we had that Hellstone pickaxe for like maybe 10 minutes before we upgraded.
Not even. I went down, picked some, got a drill, had fun.
Yeah, it's great. And then immediately got outclassed. Like, Drax is useless these days.
I have the fucking Drax. I have, Drax was supposed to be the best axe, pickaxe, whatever thing in the game. It's immediately outclassed by something you get from the fucking golem.
Oh, and I fucking found 2 more of those drills that I have, which are better than the Drax.
Oh my god.
So if we ever go back to that, I have some more of those if you want them.
Oh.
It's not even it's kind of necessary because all the fucking, all the modded ores and all that, it does add a lot.
Hey Nick, do you want to see your character's current iteration before I make any modifications to the design and then finish it up?
Not really. I kind of just want to let you do your thing.
For now. I can do a wrap-up later.
Well, it's just the lines work. It's just the basic...
Just upload them into fucking Curse.
I believe in your abilities to do it. You don't need to send it.
I think besides that, the thing I've been doing in between everything else is occasionally playing VR chat, because that game is a acid trip and a half.
I know that much.
Fucking a wonderful phenomenon of a video game that game is.
Of also
what
madness.
If you had the anonymity of the internet mixed with social aspects? You fucking get this shit. As well as fucking the ability to just fucking pick your model and fucking make models and all that shit. It ends in what can only be fucking described as a fucking dropping a gallon of expired LSD. But the expiration didn't make it go fucking diffuse it, it made it worse.
Do you know the way?
Fucking me, George, and the 2 other friends from the Discord went in one day. We played for like 4 hours, in which after like an hour of trying to pick fucking avatars, we went in and attempted to invade Poland, which ultimately there's no Poland map, so we just kind of fucking went around asking people how to invade Poland, amassed a small army of weird followers, and eventually just invaded a house, and it was a great fucking time. Fucking the interactions between people is asinine and stupid and incredibly entertaining.
But did you know the way?
Fuck that. Fuck all that. That meme is just...
It's like Harambe.
It's not. It's nowhere near that level.
I mean, it could potentially get that high.
Like, you know what? It's not going to. Do you know why?
Because the zoo isn't
no,
Harambe?
Because people claim this meme is racist.
How?
It's a great story because people are saying, they're Ugandan knuckles. And then people are trying to like splice it by like, oh, they're saying Ugandans are ugly or Uganda is bad or something. The people are just fucking referencing a movie made by a Ugandan man. There's a very funny, like, it's not even a B movie. It's worse than a B movie. Like a military movie. And it's hilarious. And fucking the creator of that movie even fucking has retweeted this fucking knuckle stuff and saying he likes it. And some people on his behalf are fucking like calling racism. It's not racist. People are just being stupid to annoy people or be funny. It's
some of them are legitimately serious though.
Some of whom are legitimately serious.
Like of the people saying, "Oh, that's racist."
Oh yeah, no, I know. Most of those people are serious.
So. Yep, I'm hoping that'll pass in the next like 3 years.
What? What
People
will that?
getting outraged at the minutest of things. Like,
Oh no, that's accelerating, man.
I'm
I'll
hoping,
be,
okay?
Unless it accelerates to a point of critical mass, explodes, and then we reform? No, it's just going to keep amping up.
I'll be right back.
We're
I
going to
need to
be
go.
thought police soon.
I'll be right back. I need to go get a drink and take some medicine.
Okay,
You do
you
that.
do that.
Apparently Ian has the boo-boo throat or something.
I believe it's what's being called le cold.
I don't know, like losing your voice is not exactly a cold.
It can be a symptom.
I've lost my voice twice before, and it wasn't really due to a cold. Whatevs. So yeah, that's basically all I've been doing. It's fucking, to segment it off, it's just mostly fucking D&D stuff. It's taking up the majority of all of it. That's it. I'm good. That's my time.
Fuck is that? Is that the rough thing of what the fuck? Okay,
The rough.
the rough sketch and X characters.
Oh, did he put it in? I don't have Curse opened. Or Twitch or something. Did he send it to you?
No, he sent it on the
Right.
group chat thing.
Oh.
Like
What
rough
the
sketch.
fuck is that? I've never seen, like, rough neon sketching.
Is
Whatevs. Maybe because you're an elf or something. Anywho,
yeah, he's
Uh,
just
curator, do your thing.
let's go, Nick. What have you done with your?
Well, if you couldn't notice by the slightly worse audio quality, I'm back at school. Yeah,
Is it slightly worse?
it's slightly, yeah. I did my best to make it better, using a mixture of pillows and blankets.
Pillows and blankets, and somehow
Yeah,
you managed.
I don't
Gotta-
actually have any like foam to block out ambient noise, and I've attempted to do it with Audacity, but it's a little too loud in my room.
Yeah, your
So-
ambient noise is literally a fucking lovebird couple. Good luck.
They're not in the room right now, which is
Thank
why
God.
Yeah, my roommate has his girlfriend in here when he's in here most of the time, and they tickle each other, and she's loud, especially.
Relentlessly.
Apparently, it sounds like moans to Iggy.
Oh yeah, no, it happened at some point. During that,
This
all I
is
hear is
amazing.
some suggestive things happening in the background. Apparently tickling, but
Tickling.
They could be doing something more. I don't turn around enough to check.
fucking how are their grades?
They're both in honors, so good.
Fucking break stereotype motherfuckers. You can be one or the other. You can be fucking good at school, you can have a relationship. There's no in between.
I'm back.
I mean, they're kind of
Oh,
large.
good, he's back.
So I guess that balances it out.
They're kind
What
of
happened?
What?
Like
Is
fat.
that the rough sketch and X
Oh.
characters in the chat?
Why does it look like a lizard person? Not like it's structured like a lizard person. Its eyes remind me of lizard people. At least when I'm not zoomed in. Oh no, even when I'm zoomed in. That's mostly due to the red neon lighting, though.
red neon.
Hey, I use light colors for everything. I needed to put it on a black background.
Why
I've
is it
never
neon?
seen. Yeah, I've never seen fucking sketching on a black background with neon lights.
I had, yeah, no, I was sketching with light colors, but when I zoomed out, it was too blank, so I made the background black, took a picture of it, made it white again.
Well, the background's actually white. That doesn't make this any better.
The background's transparent. It's technically white.
Good enough.
Is transparent a color?
Yes. It's called see-through.
Whatevs.
Don't think that's color, but whatever.
All right. Anyway, what else have you done, Nick?
I don't hate any of my classes. One of the teachers is a little hard to understand, but that'll pass with just being in the class more.
Oh yeah, I've had an experience like that before.
I started
Admittedly,
taking,
it was a language class.
I actually
I'm-
started taking classes this week.
Likewise.
Oh, cool.
I'm taking 2 computer science courses, a math course, a genome sequencing course, and then
Genome sequencing.
yeah, it's like
What?
a seminar. It's a seminar thing for honors. Like, you go there and he's like, hey, here's stuff about the human genome, and then we got free 23andMe kits. which
Learn
I'm
how
gonna
to
send-
twist it to your will.
Which I need to actually spit into, now that I think about it.
Spit on
No.
him.
I'll send that in at a later date. Okay, so yeah, don't hate any of my classes. That's good.
Yet.
Yet being the operative word.
Yay.
I get the fun classes of learning to animate, and the second part of my economics class. Or
What are you
accounting class, I
going-
should say.
What I'm learning is Ian's gonna be a starving artist. That's all I know.
Yes.
What
That's
are you
exactly-
going to college
Except he
for,
won't be
Ian?
starving because he's living with his parents.
Hey, my parents are old. They're gonna need someone to take care of them anyway, so it's better just for me to stay instead of go get a house and then just inevitably move back to take care of them anyway.
I mean,
Or
As a
you
fl-
could put him in a
as a
home,
person-
like a real home, or the home
that
in the
costs money.
ground. Make him push daisies.
Oof.
And don't you have a sister, Ian?
Yes, but she doesn't take a job either because she's in college as well. But she's bleh. What about my sister?
She's in
Why doesn't
college.
she take care of them then?
She's not that responsible.
Called out.
Damn.
Hope she never sees this or you can get beat the fuck up.
I have her number. I'm sending her it now.
You don't have my sister's phone number
How do you know?
That's
because you never met my sister.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Didn't she go to our high school?
No.
Wait, really?
Really, she never went to our high school.
Why did you go to 2 different high schools?
Because had stuff for my specific needs.
college.
Alright, whatever.
Not quite. But yeah.
In college prep, how much fucking better can you get than a college prep school where you get college credits?
For free! Besides
for
the
free.
books, I guess.
Has that school gone under yet? Like, that school had a shit ton of problems.
I
Hey,
think
so-
it's still up.
What school? Our school? The
Yeah.
fucking
Hey,
high school? It's still there.
It's still going.
It's still there. I don't know
His
how.
sister's
it's,
going to
it's
it,
falling
so-
apart.
No, my
it's
sister's
falling
not.
apart from all I know.
No,
Oh, you
Chris's
still have a
sister.
contact. You
Chris
still
is
have a
it, right?
contact there.
Yeah, I do. Apparently it's falling apart. It's fine. I'm not there.
Well,
Yeah,
all the
that's-
good teachers left. All the good teachers did leave.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
Mr. D is leaving.
No, he
Oh.
left. He's already gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. He was the best teacher there. Well,
yeah,
except
they
Mr.
left
Reed.
my school.
Did Miss Young leave?
No, Mr. Reed. No, Miss Young still. From what I know, Miss
Yeah,
Young's still
Miss
there.
Young's still there.
Grace is still
The
there, but Mr.
other Miss Young left like not freshman year, sophomore year for me.
I liked
Is Reese
McQueen.
still there? Or did he retire?
Yeah. He's still there.
No, he's still there, but he has cancer.
Shit,
Oh.
really?
Yeah, which brings shit.
I liked McQueen a lot. No bullshit from that teacher.
I think
She was
she's
all
still there.
bullshit. That's why everyone liked her.
Yeah,
she's
she
still there.
didn't do anything.
Miss McQueen left because she had her baby to take care of, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Wait, maybe? I don't know. I know one of them was on maternity leave. I think it
That
was
was
a
Miss
young
McQueen.
Whatevs. Fucking, I can't imagine that place is still standing. Like, it was falling apart when we left. It was like already like the ceiling was crumbling down. How?
Like, the budget of the school and the legality of it all just sort of fucks with it so much.
Go on.
And then all the administration is constantly rotating out. There's no set schedule or, like, plan for people to actually, like, get degrees anymore because everyone just keeps rotating out. So it's just a clusterfuck.
Eh,
Madness.
fucking, my condolences to your relatives.
Oh, yeah, is she still dating that guy, Chris?
What? Who?
Is your sister still dating that guy? Whatever the fuck his name was.
I don't. No, she moved on from Seth.
Alright.
Why are you particularly interested in fucking love affairs?
Because
Not-
he has none of his own.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
I'm mainly interested to see, like, if they were able to sustain it or not.
Hey, is that gonna be like your New Year resolution?
No,
Resolution?
it failed. Apparently, like, oh, it was. Oh, there was like they had like a homecoming dance, and
Did he show her up?
more like didn't even invite her, and then still went to the dance.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Fucking what, mate?
So Nick,
Yeah.
let's make this year fucking post fucking New Year's resolution. Fucking go out, attempt to get a relationship.
That's not.
You're in college. You're around people of a similar mindset, kind of. Not really,
Not.
but you know, you're a very unique
Oh,
person,
no,
so you know,
not
it's very different situation.
But-
But you're around people with similar thirst for education, kind of, and partying. I have no faith in you, but I want to hear the results, mainly so I can laugh at you.
It's a
If
social experiment.
If
Social
there is a
experiment.
mixer of people, I will go to it.
Just a prank, bro.
Don't tase me, bro.
Now, if I go to this thing, I'm probably gonna stay at the wall and not talk to anyone.
No, you'll go to the center for the food first.
Right, of course.
There
Or
will
the
be,
side,
your
depending on
fated
where the
encounter.
food is.
Oh yeah,
What I'm
speaking
hearing
of
is
going
just
to
gonna hang
things
around
where
the
there's free food,
Anger on the food.
there's a convention for hacking going on, and I decided to volunteer for it. Because I'm going to attend it next year, but I wanted to see what it was like, so that way I wasn't just completely blindsided by it.
So wait,
It's-
you're going to be a hacker?
There's no occupation for hacker.
It's a
Actually,
general term.
It's white hat. White hack is a hacker. That is basically a legal hacker that tests people's security
Like,
systems and such.
The knowledge is necessary for certain things, but you're not going to be using fucking like rough black fucking hacking.
hat.
Yeah, whatever
Like,
shit.
I'm not gonna be going into like the hacking field or like data protection and whatnot. I'm gonna be like a
That's-
programmer, like a catch-all sort of programmer instead. So in any case, that's happening this weekend. So I decided to volunteer for it. Only shift that was available, or like the one I wanted to do, was from 11 p.m.
The
to
donkey
6
for
a.m.
pin the tail on the donkey.
What?
You're participating as the donkey for pin the tail on the donkey.
No. Anyway,
Donkey?
11 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I did that. Started out with me getting a look around by like the director of the event. You know, here's where everything is and whatnot. Now you check people in, and so I sat at the check-in desk. Issue with that is, it's 11 p.m. or like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. No one's checking in at that time because
Sounds easy.
yeah, it was. It was boring though, is the problem. Luckily, though, there was a litany of people who came over and also had nothing to do because it was the middle of the night.
Wait, what
Or
were
did you
doing?
play like cards or something? Play poker?
No, we just talked for the most part. So basically, Chris, I was the check-in desk person, and I eventually transitioned over to the drink station because somebody had to leave the drink station. So here's how it goes, alright? First floor, there's
Did you-
snacks. Second floor, there's drinks and check-in. Third floor, there were more snacks, and then it was alternating between drinks and snacks for the rest of the floors going upwards.
The second.
I'm sorry,
Did you
there's
like-
specific floors for drinks and snacks. You'd think
Yeah.
that's like, you'd mix the two.
I mean, you would think so, but the only place to actually get hot water was on like the check-in desk floor because there was like there was no other water heater anywhere. And so I mean eventually all right,
Just
let
have
me
to
go
have
back
the
a bit.
water.
So until about 2 a.m. somewhere around there, nothing happens for the most part. It's just me being at the check-in desk, talking to random people, guiding people to different places like, where's the Amazon booth? Oh, it's over there. Where do I get snacks? Oh, you go downstairs or upstairs. Where do I get drinks? Over there. How do I get a shirt? I had to get a lot of shirts. Because, people want shirts. So I grabbed a bunch of shirts from the back. Turns
Dude,
out...
free shirts are the best, though, so...
I know.
Yeah, free shirts.
Turns out, apparently nobody orders small shirts because there was no box for the small shirts, and apparently they only ordered about half a box of medium shirts. So by the time that
Dude, it's 2018, no fat shaming.
I guess whatever. So by the
It's like
time people actually came up and like, "Hey, you got any medium shirts?" and I had to say no and give them a large instead, and that happened like 50% of the time. they did not account for all the medium people there.
Medium.
You did not account for all the medium people.
In any case, one of the guys I met earlier is over at the drink station, and earlier in the night, director person was like, "Hey, there's gonna be we got different types of food back here. The muffins are for the morning. Here are some like chip bags for the snacks, and like here's some ramen for like middle of the night stuff." Now she didn't say that specifically to me. She said that to another person, but they left at like 1 a.m. And so nobody actually knew that there was ramen besides me, and so I went to get.
So did you eat all the ramen?
What I'm hearing is you ate the shit ton of ramen.
I
That's
did
all
eat
I'm
a
hearing.
shit ton of ramen. All right, so I go over to the drink station. It's
Oh,
like,
I'm
hey,
hearing. Hey,
did you grab
The
the
fucking
ramen?
huge swings opens the double doors. It's just a room filled with nothing but top ramen. He fucking jumps into it.
No, not
diving
top ramen.
style.
Not top ramen. Not top ramen. Maruchan ramen.
Yeah,
this motherfucker.
Like, okay, so by
Oh yeah,
3 a.m.
Nick's never had ramen, has he? Right?
Yes, this is also a segue into that. So by like 3 a.m., we're out of snacks like chip bags and whatnot, and so everyone's like, "Hey, where's food?" And I tell them down there, up there, and then eventually one guy's like, "Hey, there was no food there or there." Oh, I was like, "Oh, okay, let me go check and see if there's more snacks." There wasn't more snacks, so and apparently no one had gotten the ramen because I was apparently the only one who actually knew about it, and I wasn't even told directly about it. So I grabbed the ramen, bring it over to the drink station, boom, there's ramen now. And then a flurry of people came rushing down, like, "Oh, hey, my friend, there's ramen over here. Oh, let's go get ramen."
It's fucking college. What do you expect? That's like lifeblood.
I know, and we went through
Also-
5...
Also, I just have a problem. Is why the fuck are there so many people in like a fucking hacking convention at like 3 a.m.?
I mean, it's like a competition, and besides, most of them are staying overnight because they don't have another place to stay. Like, a lot of the people were from, like, different colleges around here, or like 2 hours away, because, well, packathons don't happen very often, I guess.
Fucking, if you become a fucking hacker, you don't need sleep.
I mean, that's like the hallmark of a true computer person. Like, they're up throughout the night.
They're nocturnal.
Yep. Anyway, we go through 530 ramen packages in the span of like an hour.
Oof.
And by the end of that, there's also more people coming in like, "Hey, you got any more ramen?" And then we say no, because we're out of ramen. And so eventually, they just end up having like coffee or hot chocolate or, what was the last one? Tea. There was a lot of tea too. Nobody wants tea, apparently.
Who the fuck wants tea?
It's calming, I guess. Whatever.
Ex-class leader.
Any case,
That's like, yeah, for top hackers, the ones who can like have the calm persona.
the drink station was fairly, undertuned, I guess is the way to put it. Like, there wasn't a drinking fountain or, like, any water source for the hot water for all the ramen and all the coffee and whatnot. So every time, like, we had these, 2 pitchers, right? And so every time one of those pitchers was used up, I had to go across the hall to the other, like, and this is like a minute walk to the water fountain, fill it up with that water, and then bring it back and then heat it up for, like, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. So that way it could all be poured out again, and then just repeat that cycle as more and more people came. So that was a fun time.
Fucking no one plans ahead for these things. One water heater. Alright.
And, got free snacks out of it, you know, Doritos, Lay's, Cheetos, you know, the good stuff. Cheez-Its, too. Cheez-Its were good.
Oh my god, no.
So you sat around, directed people, told people you didn't have shit, and ate snacks.
Mm-hmm. And then, as I was leaving for them, like, at 6 a.m., at that point I'd been up for around 26 hours, I think? Something like that. And so I'm like, I want muffins. So I grab a box of muffins from the back, and then just leave with it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
You
Muffins?
just
You get
take-
fired for that.
You just took a box of muffins?
I mean, it's only 6 muffins is the thing. It's not like a
Yeah,
huge
fucking
box.
It's
That's
a terrible
expensive.
human being. That's all I've heard.
What the fuck?
According to the price tag on it, it was $3 for 6 muffins.
You fucking stole 6 muffins. Good one.
I didn't steal 6 muffins. They were for the fucking hackathon
You stole
anyway.
6 muffins. You
I did
stole
not
six
steal
muffins.
6 muffins.
You stole six muffins.
muffins.
I
The intent of
appropriated
buying-
6 muffins.
The
Uh-huh.
intent? No, you cannot. You can't use that. The intent of buying 6 muffins is that 6 people get muffins, not one. Not one motherfucker just
Do
goes.
you know how many
mine.
people picked up multiple ramens or
Well,
multiple
To
bags
be
of food?
fair, Nick needs to like smash 3 of those muffins, so that's a callback. So
Yep. And
That
they
didn't
are the same type of muffin too.
great.
Double
I mean,
chocolate chip.
I mean, even if they intended for people to grab multiples, I'm sure they didn't intend you to grab a fucking package of 6.
Do you know how many people would just grab 6 muffins or 6 packages of like snacks and then just walk
I'm
off?
sure you
1 to
have
10%.
no idea.
It was a lot, okay?
Fucking
lot, okay?
stealing
That's
muffin
just-
dealer.
It was
I didn't
more.
steal
I'm
muffins.
not
I
lying.
appropriated them.
Tomorrow in the fucking the papers, there's gonna be a fucking thing on who is the muffin thief.
There
Besides,
was
is
I
the
wasn't
muffin
even
man?
the only one who took muffins. Is the thing. Like there was
Who
another
is the
person
muffin
who
man?
also took a package. I saw them walking out
Who
too.
is
So
the muffin man? Good one.
Do
like
you know
they,
the muffin
they ended
man?
up taking blueberry muffins.
you
I took
know the-
chocolate chip.
Man,
Oh, that's probably the best joke I've made on here so far.
that was a good one.
the chocolate chip
Do you
muffin.
know the muffin? But that hurts my throat. That hurts my throat a lot.
What, laughing?
Yeah,
Uh,
very painful.
All right. Well, in any case, I will begin.
Nick, fucking
consuming a
asshole
chocolate
fucking
muffin.
programmer shooting by day, fucking muffin man by night, coming for your muffins.
Hey, I worked hard for these muffins. All right.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
you sat and did nothing.
I worked
He's-
hard.
You told us yourself you did nothing.
I worked
Yep.
hard.
Fucking nothing, guy.
So instead of sitting in your room and doing nothing, you fucking sat in the lobby and did nothing, and then fucking stole some
That's
muffins.
all I heard. That's all I heard from this.
Yep.
Sat in the lobby and did nothing.
Grand Theft Muffin.
Literally,
Nick, you
Worked
fuck.
hard.
literally when I arrived CQ.
I'm not even sure you exist.
Arbitrarily sit in a place for 2 hours and scan and look at people's IDs. Walk in the building.
Oh yeah, I
Grant.
ran security for like half an hour.
Till they realized you were inept.
No, till the security guard came back. They told him to do a sweep of the place, and so he needed to volunteer. And I was like, "Hey, I'm a volunteer person."
Did they give you a badge and a gun?
No, I just had to check and make sure that people coming in had their
How would you subdue the terrorists if they came, though?
There weren't going to be any terrorists.
My
You never
friends
know.
is not secure.
It's
Anyway,
a
I just
hacker
had to-
convention. There's going to be cyber terrorism.
I just had to check and make sure everyone had a wristband on, and if they didn't, I would check them in. Simple.
Very lax security for a
Check
hacking
if they
convention.
have any fucking unmarked muffins.
Contraband muffins.
Oh,
Contraband.
they didn't allow you to bring in any drinks
That's
for like
weird.
the first half hour of the thing.
That's weird.
Contraband water.
No drinks.
Your water
Like
is
no
contraband.
water, no Red Bull, none of that. You had to actually check your bag into them. and
Wait,
so they
you're,
would put
you're
it
in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
just
like they can't physically prevent you from bringing water.
I
feel like
that
that's
might be a-
legally.
It's also the middle of the night.
That's
Don't
legally
forget.
issues.
Especially
No,
convention
Ian.
centers are
This
hot.
was from the beginning of the event at like 4 or something.
Oh, I
I
remember
heard-
you
I feel, like
saying.
that, I feel like that brings up a couple of legal issues. It's just no, you can't have water.
No, Ian. My shift was from 11 to 6, but I heard this from another person who actually had that earlier, who was there earlier. In any case, yeah, they had to like check their bags in so that way nobody could get at their stuff or something. We had a couple of people come to me and like, hey, how do I get my bag? And I was like, oh, you go in there. And then they come back like, hey, I apparently need a key to get in there. Oh, find a director. I couldn't find a director. I'll help you find a director then.
Help you find a director.
And that happened like 3 times.
It's fucking inept. He doesn't know how any.
Oh, I pissed off Iggy very much.
Don't you
Um,
always?
I've done it a lot.
yeah, you have to be specific.
Oh, I've been watching a shit ton of things out of order.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Like, in Dragon Ball Super, apparently, in the most recent episode, Vegeta actually did something cool.
You fucking.
I'm being as vague as possible, okay? You don't even know what
Yeah.
episode number it is.
You just told me Vegeta's still alive, so there's that.
How could Vegeta not be alive?
Very easily.
There's a
Don't
lot of
people
things.
die and come back
He's
to
a main
life like
die
fucking
every
character.
day?
Like, also, there's the Dragon Balls. Hello?
I mean, are there
That's
still
true.
Dragon Balls?
How could
Oh.
it's not like the Pola GT.
Like,
alright?
Who
everything-
knows? Who cares? Dragon Ball's a fucking thing where anything can happen.
Fucking after like Boo Saga, I completely lost track of everything.
Anyway, Vegeta did something cool. I wanted to watch Vegeta do something cool. I watched Vegeta do something cool. I watched the most recent episode. I haven't seen any of Dragon Ball Z or original Dragon Ball or any of the other parts of Dragon Ball. Okay, I watched like a couple episodes of Dragon Ball Z Kai when I was like 10. Otherwise, nothing. And so I skipped like probably around 600 episodes of stuff to get to Super. And that one episode in Super. So that's a thing. I also skipped JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or Stardust Crusaders and just went to Diamond is Unbreakable because I like the art style more of Diamond is Unbreakable. So yeah, skipped an entire season of JoJo. Or 2 seasons, technically. But yeah,
Get 'em.
JoJo's good. Dragon Ball Super, I like the episode, I guess. It's got that shonen stuff in it, but whatever. Otherwise, been playing Battlerite, Path of Exile, still not doing anything in Warframe. Apparently there's something going on with Umbra now. I don't know.
Oh, is Umbra finally a thing?
Apparently they mentioned him on the latest dev stream.
Oh yeah, no, they did like 2 years ago.
I didn't look into it too much.
I wouldn't either. Is Umbra going to bring, like more fun content or just, more another frame to fucking farm?
For some reason, I highly doubt that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw that. Oh, hey, it's my roommate, guys.
Great.
Hey, hi, roommate. How's it going?
Oh no, the giggle back. The giggle's back.
Well,
Run,
This is gonna be a-
run while you still can.
it's not like that you can run. It's more like you're gonna have to put on push to talk.
This is
So
also
get
the
it.
point where I put on
This is
push to
fun.
talk.
Yep.
Ah, boo. That's so boring.
No, trust me. I've been playing Battlerite for the last few days. It's nothing but giggles. It's so annoying.
It's nothing but giggles. Nothing
don't
but
want it.
giggles.
You don't want it.
I do now.
In any case, Heroes is a thing.
Oh no.
I'll find the heroes. Yay.
Yep. I pulled all the New Year's heroes. 2 of them by accident, 1 of them for sniping. Atsura, mainly. Sniping.
You can't accidentally randomly get a thing.
I mean, I didn't intend on getting them. That's how it's accidental.
That's not how it's. You can't intend on getting any.
Like, I go into a banner attempting to get certain characters and, like,
And have
randomly-
zero control over it other than the color.
Get the
It's an
get any
illusion.
of the newer.
you
of
can
the new
focus on
characters.
something. Or, like, you can go in with a mindset of, hey, I want this character.
Illusion
or
of
this
control.
character.
Illusions.
Game Theory did a theory on this and loot boxes.
Yes. Yeah. It was Heroes was briefly mentioned in that video. Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess I went in with a mindset of wanting a character. And I ended
Yeah.
up getting...
I would go into a mindset in the bank of wanting to take all the money, but I don't fucking do it.
Okay,
Fucking mindset doesn't make
I
a
don't-
difference.
get the comparison.
Mindset doesn't make a difference. It's not going to change anything. Like, you can really, really, really want to fucking go into a casino and get a jackpot, but your mindset's not going to make a difference.
True, but you can go in with the intention and attempt to act on that intention.
And it'll make absolutely no difference because it's all up to random chance.
Actually, it's
True.
more rigged, but yes.
Well, let's ignore the fucking probability of fucking casinos for a second and just talk about
Well,
intentions.
I mean, most machines have it so that once a minimum, like, it has to hit a minimum before it even has a chance of actually spitting out money.
what's the legality of that anyway?
I think as long as it actually happens, it's legal.
I'm pretty sure it's like a 33 to 66% or something along those lines.
No, that's
The-
way too low.
The house. No, it's
High.
true. Like even in poker, the house will always have. There will never be a 50% chance. The house will always win in terms of like a poker game. The house will always have like 60 to 40 or something along those lines.
I think it's a bit more than that.
Yeah, I'm
No,
pretty sure it
like,
is a bit more than
I was
that.
thinking that it was like 99% in favor of the house.
No, it's not that high. It's not that high.
I think it is.
It isn't, trust me. This is also discussed on Game Theory, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
Okay, MatPat is not the end-all be-all of probability.
Yeah, but it's research that we're not willing to do so.
No, it still goes into the whole loot crate thing because of how our loot crates counted as gambling.
Ian, I'm not necessarily
That's a fucking...
And so he goes into some of the facts
God.
about gambling.
Ian, I'm not necessarily saying that his thoughts were wrong. I'm saying that MatPat is not the undisputed champion of probability and how it works. I don't particularly trust him in terms of mathematics and probability.
This is all stuff he's researched.
I mean, research can be wrong,
Okay.
but I don't know, both sides don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Just from what I know of MatPat, I don't really trust him. For
What do you know about
probability
that?
stakes.
I'm curious.
Well, let me tell you this, Nick. The house does not have a 99 or 95% chance of winning all the time. If that was the case, that's basically them literally either stealing your money or...
Have you never been to a casino, Ian? That's exactly what they do.
It's not like you're entirely
too young to go
unbiased with
into
these
a
numbers,
casino.
though, Nick. I know you have a history of extreme distaste for gambling, so...
True. There is that bias in me. But it still seems like they would want to stack it in their favor. So that way, if they ever do have to pay out...
but
It
to
is
what
stacked in
extent
their
is
favor.
what we're talking about. No, I don't know why we're talking about it. I don't know where this came from. Fucking
Gambling.
heroes. You're fucking whatever. Continue
Anyway,
on with your shit.
Tempest Trials Mini is happening next Monday, right?
It's happening, and we're finally getting Corin, New Year Corin,
Yeah.
finally showing up.
It's almost like finding Fjorm all over again.
They released more story content.
Yep, gun throw.
Also more power creep.
In who?
There's always power creep.
Let's see. The dagger guy has better attack and better speed than. Oh man, he has better attack and better speed. Zelgius, Black Knight, but one less speed, but better everything else.
And he also has IVs.
He also has IV, so he can have even more. He can be better in more places, and you can merge him. Oh, and then the tome girl with the tome of fuck armor and horses,
And also get resistance, and also negate magic for the most part.
This is super bad.
Takumi is one. He's basically one less in the offensive stat line, so yeah, Solu's better in that respect.
Yeah.
Prince of Soup, I'm referring to, not Archer Takumi.
Why are you
So
on this-
yeah,
Prince of
better
Soup?
dagger
Archer
character.
Takumi.
It's a New Year's thing.
Prince of Soup?
I used to use
True.
Archer Takumi. Now I don't. That's because Brave Lynn and Bridal Cordelia exist.
Also, his niche was outclassed by a litany of better magic users and physical users who are ranged.
Oh yeah, once they opened up the fucking floodgates of skill inheritance. Guess what? Every hero can be a fucking god. You to put enough effort into it.
Yep.
Fair, it's true. Literally, really good. Some heroes are a lot more gooder than others and require less investment.
A lot more gooder.
A lot more gooder.
Indeed.
Like, who is it? Lynn. Lynn's pretty cool.
Wait, Lynn or Lind?
Or limb.
Sword user. Not
Okay.
not the bow wielding. You give her weapon, she's
I mean, I got a minus speed one, so what I'm gonna do with her is get her with the Solkati upgrade, so that way she'll have Brash Assault and Desperation at negative 75 or 75%, which is easily gotten through Fury 3. And then she also has Wrath on her, so that way that'll also proc. Yeah, because I got an extra Nephany.
I'm done.
Yeah.
still don't have enough in it.
Fuck
You're done with
spells.
what? Ah, spells. What
Fucking
spells are you working on?
transcribing spells over from a fucking homebrew book into fucking work pub is not a fun time. It was all the paladin spells.
Did you check for a PDF?
It is a PDF.
Ah.
fucking just having to do everything though is like that's only level 1 spells. Like fucking your character has like 9 levels of spell to have to get into. It's like, oh, I've only done the first level, the 0 level. Oh.
Surprise.
And half the shit you'll probably not want anyway. Like fucking Nick has a skill to locate fish. When's he gonna use that?
Why do I have a skill to locate fish?
It's a ranger
Probably.
thing.
It's probably for hunting, since
It pairs
he's
very
not-
well with the previous spell, locate water.
As I was saying, it's probably
This is so
because it would probably be
Locate
if we were
water.
actually using.
Now we locate fish.
Well, it would probably work. It's probably meant for getting food, but of course we're not using rations, are we?
Food, well, we're not gonna fucking worry about hunger, but it'll give you a bonus if you eat food.
See, so I'm gonna say.
I can literally eat anything because I'm a slime.
You can eat anything, but it's nutritional value that makes the difference. So yeah, have fun eating like a rock. It'll take a while, and you've like got nothing out of it.
What about gold? Gold has great nutritional value.
It has great monetary value. There's a difference.
I could probably eat anything magic, maybe. Probably not, actually.
Ian, that would be overpowered as shit.
And I mean, it depends on what he gets out of it.
No, just like being able to eat magic. Like,
No, I don't think he meant like
that's
that.
not very specific.
You
That's
can't like
pretty
instant.
specific.
Slimes don't instantaneously eat shit. They like fucking stick it in and it digests like fucking their giant stomach or something. So it would take a while. You couldn't just like fucking raw imagine being shot at him. Probably not. No. But I digress. What are we talking about?
We were talking about my week and heroes and whatnot.
Oh, so I was justified. Okay.
What was justified?
Am I interrupting? Because
Oh, okay. Hearthstone,
Yeah.
haven't gone back to that at all.
But what you should do is play Gwent. Oh yeah, I got back into Gwent. Gwent's great. Fucking 100 new cards. Fucking it's awesome. Woo.
I've continued my Righteous Fire character in Path of Exile.
How's
an
that
item-
going?
I got an item worth 5 exalts, so that, and use most of that currency that I got to try and craft a good amulet for my...
Oh no.
Yeah, it has not been going well. Think
You
I've
got
come-
fucked at crafting.
Crafting hasn't gone too badly for me. Like, I got a good, ring earlier in the league.
Why would you craft your own shit? Just buy it.
Because it costs like 10 exalts.
Yeah, save up.
crafting-
motherfucker, there's a
But
reason.
crafting is a lot easier.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Yes, I actually did get it. It was in about 3 exalts worth of currency. It has
fucking...
It has plus to all attributes, increased attributes, plus the strength, and 20% increased max energy shield.
You needed that many attributes?
It's not necessarily for like requirements. Like the plus to all attributes is for requirements, but I get so much energy shield and mana from just strength stacking because of the shaper gloves that I have.
Right, right.
And so the more strength I have, the more energy shield that I get, and
Okay,
it
so you're
starts
fucking
double-dipping.
you're double dipping. Okay.
Yeah, and then the percent increased attributes affects the strength and the intelligence that I have to increase my energy shield even more.
And the
And
dex gives you dodge or something. Or
the
fucking
dex gives
evasion.
me the requirements I need.
And evasion.
In any case, double dipping from strength gives me more energy shield, which in turn, Righteous Fire uses your energy shield or health or whatever to deal damage to enemies, and so it double dips on the whole Tangaki QRR, the more damage you deal. So that's good.
How's it going on the challenge front?
No.
Yeah.
Like, I think
I'm
I've randomly
close.
gotten one, but I haven't been gunning for it.
Like, I'm not that far off. It's just like, it's going to have to be killing Shaper and stuff like that.
Haven't done it before, so you could.
It's not with Flicker, and I'm not.
You can do it with Flicker.
I could
believe in
maybe
you.
do it with Flicker. I don't know any of his moves. He probably has a shit ton of AoE. It's not going to work well. For fucking, like, what, 4,000 HP? Dodge based? Yeah, it's going to go great.
Yeah, no.
No amount of fucking regen's going to save me from that.
Watched through Madoka, and I believe that's it.
No, I did that as well.
So
I
Ian,
watched first episode as is per usual.
Ian, did you actually watch it, or are you talking about the
Yes, I watched
anime?
it.
Okay. And Chris, I'll take that as a maybe I did. Or he's watching it right now.
Knowing Chris, he's watching it right now.
Or about to watch it right now. Or something like that.
Something of that nature. Which means he'll
Any
quickly
case.
deflect to Ian's week, which he'll realize it only lasts about 2 seconds, and then have to fucking stop watching.
Hey guys, my week is done. Curator, do you thing.
Or he's actually not here. Who knows?
Yeah, Ian, what'd you do?
Oh, he is.
I've been doing a bit of drawing, practicing my sketching work, working, getting sick because it's flu season and everyone's sick, annoyingly.
I can attest to this.
And we've been playing a good bit of Terraria recently. And yeah, besides that, not too much else.
Drawing.
I said drawing.
Say it again, because you're doing it a lot. I brought up
A lot of
D&D like
drawing.
20 times so far. By
I'm
the way,
doing a
D&D's
lot
having
of
it.
drawing.
Just a joke. Anyway, it's at the end of your week.
Oh my god.
Yep.
All right, Chris. You know
Remember,
what
I don't do that
means.
much. Remember, I don't do many interesting things. Also, I will be right back.
But it's the point of this podcast to expand and belabor those uninteresting points.
To their maximum.
Or minimum, depending on your perspective. I figure I should probably work on
Hey,
that.
alright, yeah, alright. Do sad things all week. Was he even here the last time?
You cut out. What'd you say?
Was he even here last time?
Ian?
Yeah.
He was.
I believe so.
Mega was the one who.
Yes, he was here. Mega's gone. Mega's still gone. Mega's fucking sick. He can't save himself. Mega's all. And the 1 week he is gonna be sick is gonna be really sad when it happens to be D&D week. Oops.
I don't think Mega's joining in this D&D, right?
No, he's
I
not.
can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't handle more than 5 people, so yeah, no.
You have 5? Yeah, 5
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
not
one more,
taking-
make it even.
No.
One more, make it even. We'll get
5
even more
is my
balanced.
maximum. 5 is the
We'll get
maximum.
We'll get even more balanced.
Let's not. It's really not.
This
I don't
party
even
is-
know what
This party. Kill me. Alright, so what are we doing?
I was just out because people entered my room, but what were you saying? Something about
It
D&D.
is Chris's week.
Oh yeah, that thing too. Tell us how
Yeah,
your
it's
break
my-
was been.
What have I done? Well, I unfortunately had to come back to Georgia, do plane rides, and then a ton of annoyances. So essentially, we came back to the base, and then we had to go to a holding area where they had a police dog sniff our bags to make sure we didn't bring back any drugs or anything. Then we sat around and waited for a sergeant to come from our company to come get us. That took a little bit. After we did that, they just let us in our rooms. Literally just let you in your room. And you had till like midnight to arrive that day. So people were arriving in like all sorts of random time. So it was literally almost bedtime. And then one of my roommates showed up and I was like, all right. And then I'm like almost asleep. Fucking almost asleep. And then another roommate comes in. He's like, fucking lights out's at 21. 9 o'clock. Fucker pops in like 10:30. But the only annoying part was the next day. Yeah, I came back on Wednesday.
I'm
It's
back.
Thursday.
Greetings.
Because Thursday we had to do 100% drug test, so we all had to piss in cups. The annoying part was they wouldn't let anyone leave until everyone was done. Until they all
That's-
kept us. They all kept us in the main building. And then they would like call groups of people. We need people starting from like M to like R. We need like 10 people whose middle names are from M to R. Except those were like people's name. So it was just a long ass boring waiting period. Most people just slept.
You would think the military would be more efficient.
Not.
You think anything under
Jesus.
fucking government is efficient?
Have you ever seen construction paid for by the government? It takes at least like 10 years to even get done.
Jesus.
And by that time, it's out of date and they have to redo it again. And that
I said
sucks.
military, not government.
Military is
Military
part
is
of
government.
the government.
Military is the government, and the military is part of the government, and no, we don't get anything done real fast.
I mean, there are private militaries, but where Chris is going is under the government.
But oh yeah. So once that was finished, we were just released for the day. So Thursday was just kind of relaxed. But then I had to go back to school on Friday. Kind of annoying because it was just like showed up. It's like, what are you gonna teach us? Because we're guaranteed to forget it over the weekend. And our teacher was like, "This is not good. Technically, according to the training schedule, you were supposed to be here all week, and we're here for one day, and it's Friday, so we're not gonna really learn shit anyway." Great.
Oh, look at that. The government was wrong about their scheduling.
Yep. So we had so we went through a ton of PowerPoints on the end. Then I was supposed to have a PT test on Monday, but luckily enough, it was cold enough that the sergeant major called and was like, "All right, no one's doing PT." So then we got out of PT Monday and Tuesday because of weather. Then we had to do PT Wednesday. Yeah, we had to do PT Wednesday and Thursday of this week. But thanks to Martin Luther King's birthday on Monday, I was actually off yesterday, and I'm also off Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I unfortunately am not.
Of course you're not. But yeah, I got those days off, so I've been nice and enjoying my relaxation. Bit of relaxation that I don't have to do. And it's even nicer because they got rid of the 4 p.m. formations. So you literally show up for like the midday formation, and then you don't have to worry about anything till like 9.
Ooh,
Go off and exist. You don't have to be like, oh, good, it's 4 o'clock. Time to fucking go to formation.
That's good for us.
Yeah, it is kind of good. Well, no, it's not, because my midday, 12, is 10 for you. None of you fuckers are up at 10.
I was up at 6 this morning.
I don't give a shit. It's a matter of group. It's a matter of group.
I can be up at 10. You just gotta tell me ahead of time.
Well, cool. You want to be up at 10 o'clock?
I wake up roughly at 10.
Sure. If it works.
All right. We'll talk more about this later, but maybe next week we could start like early.
Well, if we do anything before 2 all week, or yeah, I can do anything before 2.
I highly doubt D&D would happen because I'd have to get fucking TLG in on that. But something like the podcast, we could do it early like that. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
We do the podcast early, and then later on we could do. I don't know. We'll figure it out later, not right now, because that's not good content.
Implying any of this good content.
It's not anyway, but it's even less content than what we usually do. Sad enough. It's sad enough, but it manages to find a new low. Now let's talk about what we're gonna do next week.
We can fix this, Nick.
Oh yeah, we could just do this.
Throwing some puppies.
We could just do the skip thing. Yeah, throw some puppies in here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Give them a party.
Okay. All right. The only issue with doing it early for you is that I still need to get lunch. So presumably, I could start like 1 o'clock my time, which is roughly 11 o'clock your guys' time.
That's fine. Like, what is? Talk about it later, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't start work until 4 tomorrow, so we could do something tomorrow, like
We could.
Terraria maybe. Although Chris still needs to catch up with us.
Test game. Like
Test game, of course.
We're not playing Terraria with Chris.
Can you imagine? He's like, he had no idea what he was doing back then. He fucking, let me catch up to speed on everything that's fucking changed. There's fucking unicorns now. Or there was, I guess there was unicorns before.
There was unicorns. I had the unicorn.
Yeah, you did. It's best mount. Well, one of the best.
Like, any enemy can kill him with, like, 3 shots now, so...
Hey, let's have him fucking go against the pirate invasion.
Yeah, but don't forget, we did sort of force healer upon him. And the healer doesn't deal damage.
We're not even in the same map anymore. The map he was in got corrupted and we started a new one.
Oh, yeah.
What else? We're probably not. Terraria's a back burner at this point. It might revive, it might not, who knows.
I think it was just because of work stuff that we had to slow down with it.
And that we played it for like several hour sprees, several days in a row.
Yeah. We probably burnt ourselves out of it from playing it way too much in several sittings.
It'll
Very
come back
good,
in like a
interesting.
month or two. Who knows? We'll
Or
see.
maybe next week. Who knows?
We'll figure that out.
Some point. So other than that, not a whole. The only real update to my living conditions is that I have my own sheets now, so now I don't have to worry about turning in my getting and having to go get my sheets later on in the day.
The perks of work, I suppose.
Oh no, unless you're phase 5, and if you're phase 4, you have to use the sheets they give you, which sucks because it's essentially just two sheets. So you cover the top half of the bed, you cover the bottom half of the bed, and then you get a fucking green blanket that's scratchy as fuck.
So wait, how often do you get like? I assume like you get new people in like rotations, like periodically they're like hold recruitment or something. Are you still like the newest people there, or are you have new people?
I've
joined?
moved far beyond the new people here. So, like,
Okay.
I showed up for a week. I showed up 1 week, and then I was immediately in classes. Like I had one weekend, and then the next week, I went through in processing Monday, Tuesday, and I was in class on Wednesday. And then for like, came here in like October. I'd say like all through up till December, we kept getting new people.
Okay.
Like every week we get new people, and it was fucking insane.
I can.
Was one of those people the dinosaur suit guy?
I don't fucking know the dinosaur suit guy. He just showed up. That just happened during
No.
one weekend when they said that they were like, because I still have the 21 for the 9 o'clock formation, by the way. I have to leave so I have to go downstairs in like an hour, but they said that formation for them was PA, and the motherfucker decided to show up in a T-Rex costume.
No one knows the man behind the mask.
I don't know.
Did you know the Muffin Man?
Things happen.
Yeah, it's Nick there to
Happen
steal your
here.
muffins.
I don't know. Things happen here.
Thief.
But we kept getting new people and new classes for like a whole month after I showed up. But then it stopped in December because we were all about to leave for holiday leave, and they didn't want to like put new recruits here and then immediately send them home. But from what I heard, what happened is they'd finish basic and then they'd go to like a holding company. Basic was, and then they were sent to HBL from there, holiday leave from there, and then they came over here at the end of holiday leave. Got like a shit ton of new people when they they could only really start one class. So they did start a new class this week. I don't know if we got any new people. I don't know if we've gotten new people since holiday leave, but all I know is there's a large influx of people. When I came back from holiday leave, there was a large influx of people now wearing the nice fucking white phase badge of I'm just arrived, and I have no privileges.
I am a noob.
Haze him.
I mean, that's what we entirely hazing. Fucking baby nights.
There can only be one.
The only other thing I note that happened was 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I was taking a shower, and I heard knocking at my door. And I was like, okay, I guess I better finish the shower, hurry up and finish up, and then go see what the knocking at my door was. So I'm finishing up my shower, but the knocking stops. And like, I get out of the shower and I look outside, and there's no one there. So I was like, all right, I guess it wasn't important. Like, I get my phone and I look at it, and apparently somebody set off the fucking smoke alarms in the building, and all of my building was supposed to be at the basketball courts. So
Oh,
so I get all the stuff I need to go outside, because at this point I'm in PTs, so I have to like fucking be in military uniform, or I just said fuck it, I'll be in military uniform instead of changing into civilian clothes. So I get all my shit And then I go downstairs, and right as I'm going downstairs, the sergeants walk in with a couple of firefighters, and I'm like, oh well, fucking great, good. And so I can't just like walk past them. So I just stand there at parade rests, and they just so and none of them notice that I'm actually there for a while. The firefighters talking about how the alarm's a bit messed up and that they're gonna need to put in a work order for it. And finally, the sergeant looks and notices me and is like, "Are you seriously still in the building?" And I was like, "Yes, sergeant. I was taking a shower." And he's like, "Go outside." Run my ass outside. Run my ass outside to the formation. People are like, "What the fuck?"
You're lucky you didn't kick your ass.
I don't think they would do that, but it's pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
Go outside, wait a little bit, sergeants walk over, everyone can go back in the building, walk in the building, literally nothing happens.
Someone's like fucking tasked with getting you. You're fucking. They just knock once, like, fuck it, left.
Yeah. Must not have been, that's what I was like,
The
There's
water
no
will
one-
keep them safe.
finishing up my shower, knocking stops, guess it wasn't important. Look at phone, was important. But that is about it.
All right then. Shall we move forward? Unless anyone has anything urgent to speak of, or apologies to make.
Apologies to me.
Looking at you, Nick.
What apology
you.
do I have to make?
We'll figure it out soon. Anywho, move forward then. Anime homework.
Anime homework. So, what
Right,
did I
so-
recommend last week?
Yes, Nick won. So
It's Madoka Magica. Oh, right. If you wish to skip the anime homework, go to 2 hours, 35 minutes, and 30 seconds.
I hope you had a picture of Puppy during.
2 hours, 35 minutes, and 30 Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica.
Still there. This is actually annoying.
Wait, can you hear them?
Yeah.
God
Yep.
damn it.
We can hear
It is
everything.
actually annoying.
Well, this is gonna be fucking fantastic. God damn it.
And yeah, the thing
This
is,
is where the podcast ended.
between everyone here, I think you and I, Nick, are the only ones that know about the entirety.
Like watched and know all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering that Ian watched one episode. Chris, did you watch any of it?
Didn't we watch an episode of that
You did, so you're
a
good.
long ass time ago?
Yep. Long time ago.
Thank
You
you,
probably
yeah.
don't even remember the main character's name, don't you?
Madoka.
Ian,
There you
this
go.
was a question
go.
for Chris.
There you go.
Not,
Oh,
okay.
Rick
What's
Mitchell.
what's
Yes.
the main character's best friend then?
this fuck.
Ian, do you even know that?
I can't even remember the best friend's name.
It's
Do you know the hair
blue-haired
color?
chick.
Yeah,
This
listen,
blue-haired
fucking-
chick.
I have some notes. I literally gave up trying to do names. I literally just call them by hair color.
Hair color.
It's literally fucking pink, black, red, blue, blonde. That's it.
Alright, so the main characters' names are
Like-
Homura, Madoka, Mami, Kyubi, Sayaka, and Kyoko. There
It's
you
really,
go.
it's pointless. It's pointless. Don't worry.
Homura has black hair, Madoka, pink hair, main character, Mami, blonde, Kyubi, little demon
Wait,
thing.
Mommy's the main character?
No, Mami is a main character, she's not the main character.
Said main character, Mommy.
Yeah. She is a main character, but she is not the main character.
Yeah, for like 3 episodes.
Later.
Later.
Yeah,
there's
spoiler.
also-
We can do a spoiler warning on this shit.
It's not- no, that's not. This is anime homework, all right.
why
Anyway,
you don't-
I'm gonna talk about Mommy later. Okay.
What was it? What was the new one? Weiss dies?
Oh no,
But
she's
That's not
nice.
confirmed yet.
Shenanigans.
Please don't spoil
motherfucker.
it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Shenanigans.
we knew.
In
I
any
guess, you know,
case-
here's the new spoiler. Weiss lives.
In any case, Sayaka, blue-haired chick. Kyoko, red-haired chick. Okay.
Literally just stop trying.
You will remember the names at some point, and maybe in your
Almost done.
dreams.
Never.
Or nightmares.
In any case, yes, Madoka Magica.
By Shaft. My god, is this a Shaft show?
And how, perchance, do you know this?
Are you fucking
Shaft.
kidding me? It's unfair.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This entire show looks too fucking good.
Yeah, it does.
What the fuck? It's
Dude, the
it's,
movies,
I-
the movies look even better.
I never watched the
Movies
movies. You
are
can talk about
better.
I want to know what happened in the movies. I'm not gonna fucking watch the movies. But yes, this show was done by Shaft, and gosh damn, do you can tell it's fucking everywhere. The backgrounds are
it's-
amazing. The head tilts are there.
Like, all the different styles of animation mesh really well together. Like, they're two entirely different types. Like, whenever
Yeah.
they go into like a witch's labyrinth or whatever, it's the like weird,
Trippy as balls.
trippy as balls artwork. That's
It's
like
that-
it's the mixture
that-
of 2D, like really janky, like low frame rate art, and like the beautifully animated like 3D characters of like Doka, Sayaka, like all that's beautiful.
3D. Are they 3D?
But like in comparison to the like labyrinth witches stuff, yes.
You mean just the different style of 2D?
Yeah, basically. And
It's not like fucking paper fucking animation that Shaft does a lot.
Yeah.
Noticed it in Bakemonogatari as well. This show, I feel like so many fucking shots are just like ripped straight from Bakemonogatari, which I love.
I mean, they're made by the same studio.
I know, and
So,
that's
yeah.
why.
There's also a lot of symbolism within all of that artwork as well. Like fucking every like
in the background, like Nick said, a fucking.
God damn it.
It's already so bad.
Listen,
I know.
You just hear them talking in the background. Nick goes to say something, and it's like, oh, nope, there's a girl.
let everyone understand this is the price of higher education.
They're getting louder.
If you can't help it, there's nothing you can do.
No.
Rip
Why are you
Nick.
holding down push to talk when you're not talking?
Because I want you to feel my pain.
I want you to feel my pain.
I really know, man.
The only one feeling the pain is future Dominic and future
Editor Nick, yeah.
and Nick. There is no pain for me. I'm laughing.
Anyway, so the show is about fucking magical girls. Jake fucking shocked with that title. It's about fucking a white Pokemon ripoff named Cube, who fucking is like, hey, if you get a wish and you get to be a magical girl.
And he's totally
And,
not evil.
Fucking, I'm gonna come right out and say it. I hate this show.
Why?
Oh my god, can I go on? And I'm going
I
to.
agree.
But this show
Well-
is absolutely contrived. It is.
Okay.
It's bull.
And don't
it's-
forget the split timelines in
Oh,
alternate universe.
fucking, I like every plot twist. Let me tell you this right. I dropped this fucking show before we did this homework. Like I dropped it like episode 3 because I just thought it was boring. But for this, I got to like episode 7, and I got to like halfway through episode 7 before I literally threw my fucking headset and fucking just went to sleep last night. This show is asinine. With its
Great.
remember, these are teenage girls that are like 11 years old.
Oh,
Or
that's
13.
no, trust me, even by that standard, this is out of that world. It's out of
Okay.
that ballpark.
Explain a couple scenarios for me.
But let me just I'm gonna go through the timeline. It's not in great detail, mind you. But like just not like the story plot, but kind of. Like episodes 1 through 3 are okay. They're kind of boring, but it's nothing too bad. It's like they set up everything. It's like, oh, here's how magical girls work. Barring the fact that they didn't give you certain details, but I expect them to give them later. Like, weird thing is, like, immediately, fucking Black Hair's motivation is very
Vague.
antithetic. Not vague. It's not vague. It's clear she just wants to stop people from becoming magical girls, yet doesn't do anything for that effort at all.
She wants to stop specifically Madoka from becoming a
Yeah, by, attempting to kill the Kyubey, or, giving her warnings, except not mentioning anything that's bad about being a magical girl at all. What?
Well, they don't really know. They don't really know that.
Let me try to help
they-
you by being fucking vague and creepy and conspicuous. That's a
She
good one.
tried that before in like the episode 10 where she went through all the different.
Yeah,
or was it 11?
I read that. I
Yeah.
read the rest of the synopsis. And
In
that's
any
all
case, wait, did you only make it up to episode 7?
I made it to 7.5 and then threw my headset.
Okay. Then you
He
missed
rage
like
moded.
you missed
Oh,
all
no,
the
no.
explanations.
I read through the key points later on. I know
Hey,
everything
case.
that happens.
She's tried to explain it in the past, and they didn't believe her then.
She mentioned that in episode 7, actually.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So that's why she didn't explain the dangers.
It makes
Because
no
it
sense.
doesn't work.
That's nonsensical. That's contrived.
The whole show is contrived.
Like,
Alright,
hey,
so
I'm
somebody
gonna mention
walks
this
up
again
to you
later,
and says,
but
hey,
fucking,
there's all this fucked up shit about being a magical girl. Are you gonna believe them?
hey, you know, after the whole Cube and the labyrinth, yeah, probably.
I mean, considering that Cube was just tried to kill, was attempted to be killed by this character, would you believe her then?
That's a great fucking point, except for the fact that Madoka kind of already does trust Hamura. She does. She attempts to get help from her. She attempts to ask her questions about it. She's not just like outright saying, oh, this person's just a fucking liar. Doesn't happen. She just kind of ignores the fucking warnings over and over again. Everyone does, because fuck it. But let's not talk about that yet. Fucking just talk about episodes 1 through 3. Fucking the only other thing of note that happened between episode 1 through 3 is a lack of explanations and fucking blonde girl. Fucking
Mommy.
Her death was so disappointing.
How disappointing? Or how do you mean?
Like, it was just like, it was obvious something bad was going to happen from the setup of the fucking episode, and it just kind of happened. I don't know. I expected if you're going to go down to death, you're going to be a little bit more explicit about it other than just nothing. Okay, we see her hanging, and then silhouettes, and then nothing.
I mean, really the entire point of the show is trying to subvert genre tropes. Like, for instance, at that point in the show, you would think, if you didn't know that there was going to be, like, or what the, like, theming of the show was, you would think, oh, okay, they're going to get together and fight more monsters together. Yay. But then it subverts that by just straight up killing her in such an unceremonious fashion.
It was very built up in the episode, though, which kind of ruined it, because I didn't know it was going to go fucking dark, and then after it does go dark, it kind of loses itself, but whatever. Apparently, you know, Mommy was a veteran. Blonde-haired chick was a veteran fighter. Veteran everything, and yet had a very pitiful death.
Yeah.
That weird.
It reinforces the matter that, like, it doesn't matter how experienced you are, if you lose, like, sight and get distracted,
I guess
you can
that's
still
valid,
just get killed.
sure. But there's a little bit of a need suspension of disbelief for shit like that. You don't just...
I mean, they're magical girls. You kind of need a lot of specific disbelief for that.
Yeah. And it makes sense with certain things that are explained later on, but these are just notes as I was watching it. Hold on. What I really fucking don't get is that fucking Black Hair says that she's seen countless people die like Mommy. I don't know if she was just referencing at that time watching her friends die over and over again or what, but it's also clear that magical girls have existed since the beginning of time. So has no one like caught on to that fact that fucking... Has no one ever caught their daughter sneaking out at night to go fight a witch? Has no one ever... thought, hey, there's a lot of weirdly missing girls because, you know, they don't know this, but they died in like a labyrinth somewhere?
So, fun fact about that, if you had watched maybe like an episode later, you would have seen that with Kyoko. Her father finds out that
I know about that.
Oh, you do?
I'm just talking about more in general. Like, why isn't this more common knowledge? Yeah, the father finds out and kills himself and his family. I know.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you used your wish to make me a good fucking, like, what was it, congregational guy? Is he a pastor? Forget. He was of some sort of religious influence or something. Like
nobody would listen to him, and then when he found out that the only reason they would listen to him is because of the wish, he killed himself.
Yeah, like, I mean, in text form, that doesn't make particularly much sense for me, but I'm not going to fucking grade on that because I didn't actually watch it. Just seemed like a bit of an overreaction, at least in text form.
Did you see the scene with QB and Madoka and how he explains, like, the history?
No, the only thing I said, like I said, I stopped halfway through 7. The only thing I went and watched after that was the end of episode 7, because it said something about Sayaka going nuts, which admittedly was an interesting scene. I like the silhouette fighting. Is that?
Oh yeah, no, like it makes the blood really pop.
Yeah,
and you should have watched episode 8 because her descent goes even further.
I didn't particularly care for her descent to the madness, as it didn't seem very warranted. I'm gonna put this fucking right now. I really don't like, of all characters, I hate Blue Hair.
Cause
she's stupid, irrational, illogical. Admittedly, at least they kind of touch like, okay, yeah, we're specifically fucking targeting teenage girls as incubators because fucking teenagers, I guess, are more prone to violent fits of stupidity.
Specifically, teenage girls.
Because you know, Why not?
Yes.
I don't know if they ever talked about this, but it was a big point of my annoyance with the show at episode 5. But they really, really don't fucking talk about the contract at all. Do they ever go into the specifics of the contract?
Yeah. So basically, how it works is that QB takes your soul and puts it into the soul gem, which
Right.
did you, right?
Yes.
And
I have
then,
problems with that too. Don't worry.
all right. And then he grants the wish for you. And then in return, once you turn into a witch yourself, which did you know about that or no?
Yeah. Oh man, I fucking guessed that in, like episode 3.
Okay, yeah. So if your soul gem becomes too impure, then you turn into a
It turns
witch
into
yourself.
a seed of grief. You turn into a witch. But here's what I'm talking more
Right.
about is
And that
what fucking are they under contractual obligation to go after witches? Do they have?
No.
Why do they have to go into patrol?
okay,
So-
so they explain they kind of brush over it in the show, but they explain it in the recap movie. With
Oh,
like,
great.
one- I mean,
Cat
it's not
movie.
that much of a plot hole. It's just like they explain most of it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's just an
Cat
offhand
movie
comment in
host.
the movie.
Grant.
Okay, so
You know, like-
they're not required to actually hunt them. However, even if they don't hunt them, just existing as a magical girl still takes away like a bit of power every like second that you're a magical girl. So to actually sustain themselves and not
So they
actually,
retconned.
I mean, it's a small thing, really.
That's not small.
like
dude.
throughout the course of the show, it's made pretty clear like that they are fighting to like for
for
a
no
reason.
reason.
Right?
Warriors Without a Cause, kind of like, hey, I got a wish, and then fucking get rid of that retcon. I literally get a wish and don't have to do anything.
In any case, yeah, magical power slowly degenerates over time, so they have to actually fight, even if they aren't.
And also, if this is such a
Doing
negative thing where you have to keep fighting for your life so you don't turn to a witch, why isn't that something fucking Blackhair says to fucking discourage people?
Because
Fuck
she
yeah.
tried before, it didn't work.
Uh-huh. That makes a lot of sense. Characters in the show are very quick to very general conclusions.
I mean, Homura like attempts to kill QB, and that really
It's like,
is off-putting
can
for like
you-
Sayaka and Kyoko.
They must have, like, every character in the show has super strong legs because they're all fucking jumping to conclusions.
Ayo.
Anyway, fucking, it's like, it would make sense if, like, the contract had them under, like, an NDA or something. But, I don't know.
She's
Morality
tried
is, like,
before.
the only thing driving them. And we see with red hair that's not exactly consistent.
Like, also in the episode 10 with the flashbacks and whatnot, they actually show, like, the actual thought process. Like, while Madoka does believe her, the others in the group are adamantly, like, against that. Like, Sayaka, Mami, Kyoko, they're all like, I don't believe you at all. You seem way too fishy. Like,
Yeah,
like,
that's the best way
and
to approach
especially
everything.
since, also in episode 10, they show, like, each time that she actually meets up with Madoka. So, after the first, like, go-around where Madoka dies and turns into a witch and whatnot,
Mhm.
Homura goes back to her and like, hey, I'm a magical girl now, too. Right in the middle of class with everyone around her. And that's pretty suspicious. Like, oh, she's just randomly a magical girl now, and now she knows that Madoka is a magical girl, and Mami is a magical girl. How did that happen? So, she's extremely suspicious, which is why Mami, Sayaka, and Kyoko don't really trust her.
Not on a totally unrelated note, but everyone just kind of really accepts the fact that the Kyubey exists really easily without asking any questions. Oh yeah, no characters ask any questions in this show before making complete and irreversible fucking decisions in their life. It's fucking, it's great for character development, isn't it?
I mean, Sayaka, or no, Kyoko
No.
asks... No. So Kyoko asks Kyubey in episode 8 after Sayaka's turned into a witch, like whether it's possible or not to turn a witch back into a magical girl or
It's not the type of
like,
questions
into a
I'm
human.
talking about. I'm talking about people without fucking even knowing the full extent of what it is. Fucking not asking anything about the job before fucking selling their souls. It's like,
I mean-
and like its whole existence is literally just in front of you, offering you an impossible wish for a job that's probably they know is going to kill them, and they don't even ask, who the fuck are you? It's just like, I exist. I try to get killed once, so you empathize with me. Also, I'm cute.
I mean, Kyubey does point that out later on in the show. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't ask any questions, so I
Yeah,
didn't answer.
I was like, that was fucking great, because I just kind of said an audible fucking ha. That was like the beginning of episode 7. It's like, why didn't you tell us? You didn't ask. It's like, fucking, I've been saying
I
that
mean,
like the
just
last half an
straight
hour
up.
in muttered screams. Also, this is something I want you to explain to me. Why the fuck they give blue hair a healing factor?
Because that's what her wish was used for, but it doesn't matter for any other character.
What?
Okay, it matters for Homura, because she uses her wish to
dude's
go.
arm to be healed. How does that give her healing?
Because it's apparently okay. So apparently, what your wish is used for actually applies to your magic.
Does it? Does that apply to everyone else?
It applies for Homura with her time stopping thing.
What about everyone else?
Madoka, She just wishes for basically nothing most of the time. Actually, so ending of the show. I'll get back to that later. Actually,
thing.
Yeah. Mommy just wishes to not die, so that's not really too much that they can do with that. And then Kyoko's wish didn't do anything for battle. Like,
that makes no sense though. It's like, hey, you fucking wish the dude's arm to be fucking healed. Pretty simple. Hey, can fucking something that should knock you the fuck out for apparently 3 months. Let's just assume that 3-month estimate was generous and it just knocked her out. She didn't get knocked out.
Alright, so it's not the healing that allowed her to like stay up. It's
apparently it was, according to Cubic.
I mean, that's his immediate that's how she was able to continue fighting.
That was the show's explanation.
But later on they explain like since your soul is in the soul gem instead of your body,
yes,
the pain's dulled.
Oh, I know a lot about that.
So that's why she was able to like not
We're
get
gonna
knocked out
get
by that attack.
discussion in a second.
Okay.
They skirt around the grief seed thing a lot. Like beginning of episode 6, they like try to reinstate the fucking information they gave in episode 2 about grief seeds, without really bringing up why grief seeds are all that important. But it's like obvious because like, oh hey, Cube fucking eats the things. Well, that is not suspicious of fucking. So at that point, I was fucking 100% sure the thing was evil. And also, apparently, it's also the episode I fucking completely nailed the fact that Black Kira is from the future or an alternate dimension, which is in the future. One of the two. Both are kind of right.
Yeah.
Also, here's something. Fucking, I didn't watch the rest of it because at this point I was just fucking having conniptions. But, so Black Hair and Red Hair have a meeting while fucking Red Hair's doing some fucking, whatever it's fucking called. Dance Fusion? Whatever that game is.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, that thing. They fucking have a discussion. Yeah, whatever. They have a discussion about, how the whole fucking world-ending event's gonna happen. I won't question how fucking Red knows about that, but whatever. Maybe it's prophesized. I don't really care. It's not my problem with it.
Gurren Spokert, or whatever its name was, is...
I don't give a shit. Too hard to pronounce it. I don't fucking like it.
Okay. Anyway, it's an extremely powerful witch that's known across many magical girls. Like, it's this fabled thing. Like, when people know that it's coming, like, it's devastating. Like, it's already destroyed many places before, and it's just seen as, like, a tornado by humans. And so that's why... Like, not everyone knows that. But I mean, all the magical girls know.
But they're discussing that. But before that, they're like, hey, I'm Black Hair and I want to resolve everything peacefully. So don't fucking aggravate Blue Hair. It's like, all right, sure. And then immediately a few scenes later, Red Hair is aggravating Blue Hair for like seemingly no reason.
She wanted to do it her way.
That didn't make sense though. They're like,
don't know.
They had an agreement and then just randomly with no reason, it's just like, hey, let me be a contrived motherfucker and bring in some contrived fucking... Ugh.
I don't remember Kyoko's explanation for that.
She didn't give one.
Yep. I mean, she offhandedly mentions like, hey, this is how I want to do it, or she pisses me off, or something.
Except, for the yeah, she said she annoyed her, and then she said, yeah, leave it to me, and then they had a fucking agreement, and then just randomly the same episode a few scenes later, they're just doing that. Because fuck it. Because they needed to fucking set up the soul egg thing, which is the most useless and belabored thing in this show. Up to at least episode 7.
I knew you were gonna fucking call that out, too.
Oh, let me just fucking skip ahead to that. I'll get back to my certain problems with episode 6. Let's just get to episode 7 here. Okay. Why is the soul egg thing the only thing they belabor? It's a non-issue. Let me get this straight. Magical girls who have gotten an impossible wish and are perfectly, specifically in the case of Sayaka Madoka, they fucking know how the mortality of this fucking job. Yet they're pissed off because they are pseudo-immortal?
They are essentially zombies, is what they like to say.
I know, basically. She fucking gave that reasoning, but everyone kind of got pissed at it. But
Yeah.
why? Also,
Because okay, so in the next with did you see the part where Sayako was like
Reddit, she thinks she's a zombie and love can't fucking love, I'm a zombie, the other girl's gonna fucking confess, yada yada.
basically she believes that I'm not actually, this isn't
Which
my body.
is the biggest fucking convenience all around the table, isn't it?
What, that the friend starts to try to go for?
No, that fucking everyone's kind of not okay with it. Are you kidding? It's like, you just saw a fucking friend. By the way, her head got chopped off. That's not where her soul egg was. How did she die? Is mommy dead, or is she just, like, stuck in, like, a broken vessel with her soul egg perfectly intact? What happened on that front?
I mean, alright, so it goes, the head gets eaten, and then he eats the rest of the
Yeah,
body
I went
too.
back and watched that scene. He makes a few nibbles, but it was never expressly shown, which was a horrible waste of fucking time. If they had just shown him biting into, like, her chest or something where the soul egg was, maybe it would have made sense. That's not kind of, they didn't show anything.
I mean, if the body gets eaten, then it can't
It can-
regenerate.
It can't
No.
regenerate, but you sure as shit could put the body's soul somewhere else, couldn't you?
Yeah, but it's assumed that as it's eating it, it
Assumed.
breaks the soul gem.
Assume. And, yeah, that's great,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
The main reason they didn't show it is for dramatic effect. Like, that's so out of the blue, and they just want you to, like, imagine what's happening. It's like in a scary movie where, like, it's sometimes best not to show the monster because it's scarier that way, to let your mind wander.
You can make that distinction, sure. I feel like that decision made it fall more flat, especially, like, fucking, I skipped over this, but the character reactions to her death are awful. Like, no one particularly cares. They immediately get out of the labyrinth, and they start talking about some other stuff, and then it's like, then they have a little bit of a fucking mourning session, but that's didn't feel appropriate at all. The event and the order of things that happened, it felt so very weird. But back to this, everyone has a problem with now being pseudo-immortal because, I don't know.
You see,
You
you're
have a
not
job-
an emotional person, so you can't really, like, these are, like, to them, it's basically, like, this basically happened without their consent. Even though they never asked. Like, they technically consented to it, but since they
That's
never
better
asked...
is that no one except black hair knew. What's even better is that black hair knew this, said she knew it, and didn't use it as a point to fucking discourage
She
anyone.
tried before, it didn't work!
Uh-huh. Great, yeah, sure. It
No
didn't.
one would believe her.
Contrived.
And no one would give her
Absolutely.
the soul gem either, because they're like, hey, this is my soul gem. This is kind of what I
No
need to not
one's ever
die.
tried. No one. It's like, I guess fucking, the QB says some people fucking figured it out and don't like it, but it's like, how have you never even thought about the fucking thing?
Oh, yeah. Another reason that she doesn't actually tell him is that in episode 10, when they actually find out, Mommy goes insane, like, oh my god, this isn't my body anymore. And she kills off Sayaka. Or no, she doesn't kill off Sayaka. She kills off Kyoko, and then Kyoko kills off...
Yeah, I read
Mommy.
about that, which also makes no fucking sense. Like, you could make this, like, thing, they try to play it off like, you know, the girls are emotionally fucking unstable teens, and fucking the Cube are logical fucking cold motherfuckers. But it's fucking extreme on both ends. I can accept the Cube, but fucking, no one with a right mind acts like that. And try for the story.
Alright.
It feels like that's so much more because they
do.
belabor this point so long about the fucking soul. Like, this whole fucking show feels like they're working backwards. Like, they know, like, the thing about the fucking multiverse stuff beforehand, and then they wrote the beginning, but they forgot that everyone else doesn't already know this shit. So it just feels like stuff is happening illogically for no reason.
I mean, it eventually makes sense as you, like, go back to it. Which is
Yeah,
what
if you
I
can
think they were
forgive
going
horrible
for.
pacing and writing, some pretty bad dialogue as well.
Oh, the pacing is much worse in the movie.
Oh my
Like,
god! Like,
the TV shows pace pretty well, actually.
it's just like it's not paceful in terms of the story. It's like they want to work backwards and they want you to know everything beforehand. It seems fucking dialogue sometimes is fucking great too. It's like fucking there was a scene which fucking blue hair in like episode 6 was fucking went back to the labyrinth where the thing got away because of red hair, and then Madoka starts talking to her. It's like fucking they were arguing at some point. It's like she brought up, is that what last night looked like to you, fighting? And then she goes on for the next few sentences to describe how it was a fight. I had to pause and watch that a few times because I'm not sure what she was trying to say. It's like, oh, did that look like a fight to you? Guess what? It was a fight.
To the death.
Yeah. That's a good one. Got me. You did it.
The reason they talk like that is that like they're trying to grow up as fast as possible to attempt to get up with the violence and whatnot, but since they're still girls, they don't really know how to talk like grown-ups. At least that's my interpretation of it.
That might be a fine interpretation. I'm looking at what's explicitly shown here. Fucking, how could they hear, like, even if your body's heart gets crushed, even if you bleed out, you can just heal your bodies with magic. They were perfectly okay with fucking just going into a job where they were risking themselves. They saw someone die, and then they get a get out of jail free card and they start bitching about it. What? I don't get it at all.
That's because you're not an emotional person, like, at all.
That's because it's contrived. You don't need emotions.
Emotions are exactly why they care about that shit.
But fucking across the board, everyone, like, even the red one who was just fucking like, I don't care if people die. You kidding?
Yes, even the red one.
Makes no sense. It's absolutely contrived.
It's fucking emotions. They are entirely contrived. That's why it makes sense.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Just letting you guys know, something bad just happened with one of my cats. His eyelids, like, his inner eyelids poking out. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to cut this short.
Poking out.
Okay, then.
Hang on.
Well, go save the cat.
Yeah.
Your eyelid is poking out. What?
Fucking also, I get that fucking... What's so important to a show is how it presents itself initially and keep people invested for later. I know certain shows don't exactly always follow the same formula to keep people invested, but if your show is putting off people before you get to the reason why they should stay, it's kind of a failure.
How's it putting off people before they... Alright, so to you, what is the reason to stay and what's the off-putting point?
The reason to stay is trying to figure shit out, but by the fucking... When you get to the point where I'm at, like 5 episodes in, and they're just not explaining anything, and just raising more bullshit, you keep fucking having to pause every second and fucking rationalize why people are trying to do the things they're doing, because it makes no sense even from an emotional standpoint. It's a pretty big turnoff. Pretty big one. Especially since, like, fucking... I was able to fucking guess every single fucking plot twist in this show. The foreshadowing is awful. It's so fucking up in your face. Yeah, I knew how everything was going to end, basically. I couldn't have guessed, like, the heat death of the universe and stuff like that, but whatever. I guessed that witches were just fucking magical girls. I knew the Cube was evil. I knew Homer was from the future. It was not worth it. It was so fucking confusing, uneventful, and fucking just nothing for the first 7 episodes. Like, by the time you get to episode 5, it's just give up. I trucked through episode 7 to episode 7 with just sheer anger.
So, while that might be what you figured out was like the pulling strength for you, for me, it was the conversation between the characters and how they interacted with each other.
Oh, no doubt.
Pulled me in. Like, for instance, the first episode starts out with Mamoka and Madoka talking to each other. I call her Mamoka because...
Just fucking go hair color. I won't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Madoka's mom. Red hair's mom. No, pink hair's mom.
Jesus Christ.
Main character's mother. Like, the first episode starts out with them talking about, like, hey, what'd you do to... Like, for me, that's what the entire show was kind of about. Like, how the characters interacted with each other as, like, magical girls and how that affects their regular lives. And, like, the different trials and tribulations that come up from that.
Yeah, what is your roommate talking about?
I don't know, Game of Thrones or something.
That's so kind of boring.
Right, so obviously I'm not fucking dismissing this fact. I know people are going to like it for different reasons. But from a very basic, this is how a story should be. Like, this is, I know it's fucking opinion-based, but generally when you're looking to make a story, you need hooks. And you need fucking to do certain things. It's just how stories work. It's not to say that every story has to be the same or has to follow this. It's just generally to be a good story, you follow certain things. Show does not do that.
I mean, the hook for me were the visuals and how they interact with each other. Those
Visuals
are
are
the main
fun.
hooks for me.
I'm not too keen on the characters themselves, but backgrounds are fantastic. Do you ever notice, like, sometimes when the characters are fucking zoomed out, their eyeballs are super fucking far apart?
Not particularly.
It's strange. Sometimes music cuts out as well.
I never experienced that.
It was really, like, there was one scene particular, I think, in between episode 5 and 6, specifically. They play it twice. They reuse the scene twice. And fucking, this music just cuts out at the same point. It's like, why did that happen twice?
In any case, speaking of music, fantastic across the board.
Yeah, didn't notice anything. But that's
Really?
more of a
Not even,
personal
like, the
thing
fight
than anything
music?
else. Like, I noticed specifically how there was like an ambient music that really fucking annoyed me. But I don't know, I guess fight music was sometimes. There was one specific track I can think from the Labyrinth that was okay.
Yeah, I think that's the ending of the show. Second ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how there's
Hey.
a second ending. Kind of wish they did a second opening.
In any case, what, do you not like the opening?
It's not that great. I feel like also this show committed the cardinal sin.
Yeah,
Specifically
Cardinal
pissed
Sin
me
and
off in
whatnot.
this show. Like, it specifically pisses me off in this show because it's like it shows them all like fucking as magical girls. When a large portion of the first few episodes is will they, won't they?
Get
It's like,
to
well,
be
where's
magical.
the tension?
I mean, that's another way to like try and lull you into somewhat of a false sense of security. Like, oh, they're
I
all
get
going to be
that, but
magical
it's-
girls together. When the only time that actually happens in the show is when they go to a different timeline.
I get that, but it hinders other aspects of the show.
Anyway, so battle scenes fantastic, animations also good. Different types of that stuff also good. Yeah, there's symbolism too. So there's a lot of like really great moments in the latter half of the show. Like for instance, Kyoko, after Sayaka's been turned into a witch, attempts to save her and dies in the process, trying to like save Madoka. And
Yeah, fucking, she was distracting in the attacks while fucking Sayaka was trying to get through to her. But
or Kyoko was trying to get through Sayaka, whatever. Anyway, that was good. And like once Kyoko brings back Sayaka's body, and you know Madoka sees it, and you just hear like it. That scene's done really well because like there's a train passing right by them, like literally like 3 feet away, and Madoka doesn't even realize it's there. She's just listening intently on the news and like reacting to it, and like 10 seconds go by, and then she finally notices the train's there. Like that moment's fantastic. And there's a lot of those in the show where like there's a lot of impactful moments. Like for instance, last episode, which I guess I'll talk about ending now. So
Wait, Nick, how many people are in your room?
Back.
Including
But
me
I've heard-
4.
I could have sworn there was 3 people. Who's the extra person now? Who's this?
RA.
All right.
So yeah, she's friends with roommate's girlfriend. So yeah. So in any case, ending is after Homura attempts to defeat Girl Snacked or whatever his name is.
the big bad.
Madoka finally makes her wish, and because apparently
Destroys
every
all the
time
witches.
the power of a magic girl's wish is apparently dependent on like the amount of fate that they have.
Yeah. Oh
Stupid,
yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Which
Guess
is-
what? She accrued more of that because of the timeline bullshit. Why didn't
Which-
anyone else? Mm.
Okay, hang on. They hype it up so much, and it actually pays off. Like throughout the entire show, they're like,
Wish anything else
"Madoka's
did.
so powerful.
Wish
Madoka's
anything
so
else paid
powerful.
off.
Madoka's so powerful," and it actually pays off. Is the thing. So,
Wish anything else did.
so after Homura actually goes back through multiple times, all these strands of fate attached to Madoka, and so when she
Why?
finally makes her, because that was the entire point of her first wish, to like save Madoka, and then every other subsequent wish was just save Madoka, save Madoka, save Madoka. And so
You know,
save
the Cubase have rules. Did you know that?
do Cubase what?
The Cubase have like a government or something.
Yeah, They have like their own society. And
Wish
whatnot.
they fucking did they ever go into fucking detail on like what the fuck that's like, the rules of that? Because they bring up like, oh, this is against the rules or some bullshit. I have a strict code of conduct I have to abide by. What's that shit?
They never explain it.
Great.
I don't. They might have in the movie. I don't think so. Anyway, the movies are
So-
basically just the first two are recap movies, and the
I'm
last
gonna
one
assume
actually
the movies are just retcons.
no. Like the first two movies are just recap movies with better animation but poorer pacing, and the third movie actually adds on to the ending and like what happens to Homura and such after. In the world
After
after
fucking
Madoka makes her wish.
Madoka ascends past existence.
Yeah, Madoka basically becomes a god.
Oh great,
So-
I love god characters.
So since so many
It
strands
just
of fate are
ascended
attached to
godhood.
her,
That's okay.
she makes a wish, and her wish is to make sure that no witches exist ever across everything.
Oh, but fucking other things still do. Race apparently exists still. What's
there
with
has to
that?
be something to balance it out, apparently.
Really doesn't. Really, I don't know
Have
why.
you never heard of karma or like equilibrium,
Like,
the law of
these
equivalent
wishes-
exchange, all
these
those
wishes,
things?
like, some of the wishes are so short-sighted, which makes sense. Like, save me from death. Sure, great. But, like, save this fucking dude's arm or fucking just get rid of the witches? What the fuck?
Okay, it's not just get rid of the witches. It's allow me to be able to stop all witches from ever existing across
Why not
eternity.
witches and magical girls? Fucking, why not just the first? Why not just magical girls? If they don't exist, witches don't exist.
Because without magical girls, then there's no progress in society. Kyubey explains that very explicitly.
Yeah, I'm gonna call some bullshit on that. When was the magical girl make the wheel? Was Da Vinci a magical girl?
Da Vinci wasn't a magical girl, but basically every leap forward in society was basically done by a woman in history.
By what?
According
Fuck.
according to Kyubey, okay?
By fucking emotionally unstable teenage girls. Yum.
Yeah, they make a wish, they become super powerful, like Cleopatra was one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm totally believing that one.
Like, did you watch that episode or no? I forget
I've
which
read
episode that
about
was.
it. Read about
Okay.
it.
Anyway, Kyubey goes through the entirety of history and like, hey, here
I
are
know.
certain points in history where magical girls did a thing that pushed society forward, and without
Uh-huh.
them, you wouldn't
These
be able to
people who
progress
are
forward
so
to this point in time right
short-sighted
now.
And selfish and stupid.
Yeah, but some of them aren't. Some of them actually make really.
I'm surprised the
impressive
world
feats.
still exists.
Like, ever heard of Joan of Arc? She's a person.
Fucking
Yeah, Joan of Arc.
Saber.
Yeah, Saber, whatever. Anyway,
Like,
she
fucking.
knows that
Originally,
the magic
isn't Joan of
girls
Arc
need
the
to-
shield one?
what?
Isn't Joan of Arc the shield with the one with the shield?
What?
Huh?
I'm sorry, what? From what, Ian?
From
Yeah,
Fate.
what
Oh, yeah, okay. Iggy, have you finished watching Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works yet?
Fuck no.
Okay, then Ian, shut up about that.
I thought it was like fucking Sabers, like Jean, the fucking whatever, but that's also King Arthur, so I don't fucking know what's going on.
She's King Arthur, whatever. Okay, so also she wished for there to not be any magic girls, she would kind of disappear. In that
Yeah, great.
timeline
That means
anyway.
nothing fucking the world would continue living though, so
Yeah, but she wants to make sure that her friends stay alive, or
Let's
at
get
least
rid
like
of, getting rid of magic girls wouldn't make her disappear. Like it might make her current iteration disappear, but multiverse theory is kind of already a fucking thing due to fucking wishes and bullshit.
yeah, but she kind of wants to survive, don't you think?
Yeah, so,
Like, she wants to help everyone herself, which is why she didn't just say, oh, get rid of
so
all the
make
witches.
ultimate
She wants,
sacrifice,
like,
fix
she
everything.
specifically wishes for her to be the one to make it so that witches don't exist.
Oh my God.
In any
But so long
case,
as that doesn't make sense, then like via that fucking wish, magical girls won't exist either. Or at the very least, if magical girl becomes a witch, they just kind of disappear. I don't fucking know.
magical
Isn't that something that
girls in
happened?
their current form don't exist. However, magical girls still exist because there's something to take the place of the witches. Like,
Whatever.
So instead of magical girls turning into witches, they just disappear. And so, while Madoka does make the magical girl situation better, she didn't really fix anything because the cycle of magical
What a
girls
surprise.
fighting
She was
things
still
stays
useless.
the same. However, it is slightly better because they don't turn into fucking witches, who then fucking do shit. Alright?
But as apparently, the world still survived to contemporary fucking times, so
Like, the ending is actually really depressing because while she does make it better, she doesn't actually fix anything. Which is another way
Like,
to
I
subvert
get
the
the show's
genre
purpose
because
is to that exactly. I get the show's
Yeah.
purpose is to subvert the genre, and I get it fine. Maybe it does do that. I just don't think it does it in a meaningful or good way. It's like, okay, you put in dark elements, but your story is confusing and stupid and contrived. So what did you actually accomplish?
it's because they have fucking emotions which you fail to
That's
have, which is
not-
why you don't like the show, you motherfucker. How do you
It's
not
not
understand
that they
that?
have they can have all the emotions they want, but if they fucking just didn't contrive problems, like you can tell me the point in which Monica threw away the fucking soul egg of blue hair wasn't just completely contrived. You tell me that was fucking even under emotional distress rational.
Yes, because without her soul gem, she can't fight. Madoka doesn't know that fucking inebriates her.
Yeah, fucking Blackhair knows that though. It didn't stop anything. She's able to fucking just disappear and appear at will. Fucking time magic
I mean,
bullshit.
she runs right after, like, immediately.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't
she-
stop it happening. Didn't
I mean,
fucking
she
that
didn't-
whole
she
time.
didn't
in which
know that
fucking
Madoka was just
slowly
gonna
walks
throw
over
it off the
things and slowly
bridge.
walks over the fucking
She didn't
bridge.
know that Madoka was just gonna throw it off the bridge.
Yeah, she didn't know. She just took a fucking soul egg, and apparently, fucking these people are so emotionally distraught that she would probably know that was going to happen anyway. Fucking, this is all bullshit. Contrived bullshit. Contrived bullshit. Contrived bullshit.
If you had watched, like, episode 10,
I know.
would
I don't need to
understand,
watch it because
like,
I know
all
what
of this.
happened. I don't
You
need
don't-
to watch it.
even if you know what happens, you don't necessarily know everything that
You don't need
occurred.
to fucking. It doesn't
you-
matter that you
Did
know
you just read
exactly
a
everything
synopsis on
about
the
it.
wiki or something?
Wiki and some other places, yeah.
You miss a lot of details by not watching the show.
Yeah, it just only hits every key point that matters.
Except all the fucking details that actually really matter. Don't actually. Oh
Uh-huh.
my god.
Yeah.
This is why I watch, like, most of the show most of the time, so that way I don't actually miss anything that could be important.
Oh man.
In any case, this is my second viewing. I didn't like the first time. I liked it a lot more the second time.
I didn't like it either times. I think I liked it more the first time because I just got bored of it. This time I'm actually angry at it.
Anyway, why didn't I like the show initially? Probably because I didn't understand what the fuck was happening. Like, I watched through the entire show, and I didn't really understand any of the, like, things that they were actually explaining. Like, I knew, like, going back, I knew everything that happened, but I didn't really, like, understand the impact of it. Because I was, like, 10 at the time, I think. Something like that. Show's pretty old, actually, at this point. In any case, I didn't really understand everything that they were explaining and what kind of impact it actually has on the characters. Like, the soul gem thing. Fucking didn't really understand what exactly that meant. Like, oh, it's in the soul gem. What does that matter? At which point, second watch through, oh, that's why it matters, right? Because emotions. Yeah, that's actually really fucking dark. And then so on and so forth with different things in the show. Like, Homura's constantly going back in time. I always like that in shows where, like the state at which, like at the end of the last episode, Homura was basically about to become a witch because she realized that everything that she was doing, trying to go back in time and save Madoka every single time,
despair,
was
you're
starting to
turning
become
all
low.
out.
I like that stuff. You know, where they're slowly
Man, even like
withered
Dark
away.
Souls.
Oh.
I mean, I also like ReZero for that reason. Like, he slowly, like, withered away.
Oh yeah, that was
and
right.
brings it
Very
back.
part of it.
Yeah, that exists in the show.
Just
Like,
the best part of the thing about that though is it had a better story surrounding it.
yeah, fuck off.
Oh, never. Not until we're done with this review. I'm gonna keep telling you why this is shit.
You
Subverting
don't
the
have
trope.
any emotions.
You know what's great
motherfucker.
about a show that's praised for subverting tropes?
What?
When that show doesn't fucking subvert it into anything good.
Oh my
great-
god, we're
it's
not
subverted
going.
it.
We're not going back to Moe-tan, okay? I can tell you that much.
I was good. What? I wasn't gonna bring that up, but kind of. I was in my mind, but no. I was thinking more fucking like something. I don't want to bring it up because it's a spoiler for something. But I fucking know something else of recent that fucking subverts expectations and fucking backs it up with other interesting things other than just that initial subversion.
I'm assuming you mean Doki Doki.
Oh fuck yeah, I do.
But here's the thing: Madoka's also a good show. On top of subverting the genre,
If you can deal with fucking contrived fucking
they have
conflict,
emotions. Get over it.
yeah. Emotion is not a substitute for anything.
Emotion
yeah.
makes it
Yeah.
understandable and relatable, which you are not
And
to emotions.
contrived.
How do you not understand that?
You're justifying it with emotions. It's not actually their intention. What's actually
That is the
happening is the
entire
writing is
intention
shitty.
of the show. What are you talking
The
about?
writing is shitty throughout, though.
The
It's not a
writing's been-
fucking thing. It's not new to the conflict. The writing was shitty throughout everything.
The writing's great. What are you talking about?
Pacing's horrible. Their explanations are nothing.
Pacing's fantastic. Explanations work.
Oh yeah, let's have fucking like 5 episodes of nothing. By the way, by episode 7, our main character still done jack all. She could literally be replaced with anything. You can replace her with a teddy bear. She's
There's
only
a reason
important
that she
to
doesn't
you know.
do shit. Because
You know
if
what's
she
great?
Did,
I know. But fucking, she did like her character up to that point does nothing. And if you just fucking like me, you're gonna fucking drop it anyways. Like this character did nothing. I get she does stuff later, but fucking the only point of importance she had was that fucking that episode like 6. She threw away that saw egg. That was it.
She keeps trying to keep
That was the only thing
peace.
significant. Yeah, like, she's been super good at it.
And she's also trying to figure out, like, do I actually want to become... Because it's an important decision. Wouldn't you think it over, like, what you would make with a wish?
Yeah,
you
and then
not?
I wouldn't end up with what the fuck they ended up with. Probably in a lot more efficient time, too.
In any
Like,
case,
you know what else I would do? I would ask
Madoka
questions.
actually thought it through.
Oh, yeah,
like-
did she? All those
Yes,
questions I asked.
she did.
Hmm.
She expressly thought it through and waited as long as possible to actually
Like, I'm not
make
gonna
a wish.
say... This reminded me of...
You cut out.
Like, I'm not gonna say this... It doesn't really. I don't know why. I've just... it's mostly just the anger, but I had a lot of flip-flappers fucking flashbacks.
The shows... Well, they are both magical
Like, you know,
girls.
it's like fucking magical girls. You've got an interesting and very fucking visually appealing fucking alternate dimension. Your characters are dumb. Your characters are dumb. Nothing's explained. Your characters are dumb.
They
Those
explained
things.
everything in the show. You just have
Oh,
to
yeah.
watch the show.
Oh yeah, you just have to get through being fucking annoyed that nothing's being explained and people are reacting to what seems like
They
nothing.
explained. You made it to episode 7 where they explained the soul gems. What the?
Yeah, oh yeah, they
God.
super explained the soul gems. They
They
explained that
explained
they
it
are now
even further
pseudo
detail in the
immortal,
next
and that
episode.
people are
What
not
are
okay
you talking
with this.
about? Watch the show.
I am fucking done with this show. I went on a like I'm not gonna read it out. I went on a fucking little rant in my fucking text.
Just watch the. If you had watched
There's-
the fucking show,
The amount
you
of
would've-
cursing in this
you
fucking
would have
rant
known
is
it.
little.
Oh my god.
It's an awful show.
Oh my god.
Presentation and hooks are super important, and they
Which
throw
it has
out
both
few.
of in spades.
It has very few.
Slowly.
And it doesn't. They don't come to fruition until much later when you're already fed up with everything's bullshit.
But
Alright.
you don't get fed up with
I'm-
any bullshit
I have
because
a.
it's good.
I have to go. I have the formation I go to.
We'll still
I
Chris,
shall be
Chris,
back.
what's your
You'll
score?
still be back arguing this.
Oh, yeah,
Nah,
Chris,
you'll
just
still
go
be
to-
back arguing this. I'll be
What's your
back.
score? What's your score? All right, never mind. He's not gonna get it.
Great.
His score is non-existent.
Hey, Ian, what's your score?
Oh yeah,
Wait.
what do you think of the show, Ian?
I
What do you
majorly
think of the
disliked
show?
it. Majorly disliked
Why?
it, but it had good visuals, so 6.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
Chef.
hold
I
on.
said it's.
Why
it's
did
like,
you, why did you dislike it, Ian? I want to know.
I just did not like it.
Why, though?
I wrote this down like during the first few episodes, like up to before episode 5, like I was trucking through it. Like it wasn't trucking, but it was like fucking. It was kind of boring. It was just waiting for stuff to pick up, and then when it picks up, all it picks up is bullshit. Like you can see it in my notes. I noticed this that fucking like my notes start out with basically nothing, basically nothing, basically nothing. Episode 5, and then suddenly there's a fucking block of text. Episode 6, there's suddenly 2 blocks of text. Episode 7, I'm fucking giving up.
What do you think of episode 4?
Episode 4. Episode
the
4
one
was
where
when they were
Sayaka
talking
be-
about she
it's the
becomes a
one where
magical
Sayaka-
girl. And like that was like towards the end though. Like fucking brunette was fucking like I'm fucking mind controlled by a witch, and then we're gonna go to a suicide cult. Didn't think anything particularly about it.
Okay.
I thought it was dumb because her wish was stupid.
Yep.
They fucking they talked about how mommy was a veteran. That pissed me off because she died so easily.
Yep.
What about you?
I really liked the episode because, like, again, descent and whatnot, animation is wonderful, and I could actually feel Madoka's fear in her current situation because she felt so helpless and whatnot. So yeah, that was good. Anyway, I've refuted all your points.
Refuted. Successfully
Yes.
or unsuccessfully, well, that's for other people to decide, and I'm going to go with mostly unsuccessful.
In any case, I refuted all the points as best I could.
I give my counter refutes. My counterpoints to that, and Your fucking one argument is emotion, which is poor.
Why is it poor?
Because that's not character development. This is a story.
The entire point of character development is to have well, okay, not in all situations, but for this show, the entire point of the character development is
if
for
you're
them
gonna
to
focus on one aspect hard, make it good. Don't leave room for fucking people to say, well, this wasn't done well.
Did you not think the character interactions were good?
Character interactions? What character interactions?
So, Madoka with Homura, Sayaka and Kyoko are the main ones. And
was it interesting
Mommy...
that Homura came back and was basically an idiot about how she was trying to do things? Okay, that's kind of interesting. Sure. Was fucking was their interaction with Mommy when she was their interaction after Mommy died, and especially how they dealt with it, interesting? It was kind of fucking weak. Everything is
like
just
they can't really
wrong.
tell anyone that what happened to her, because then they would know something is up.
I mean, it's not supposed to tell people that had something happened. I get, like, you know, how they were, like, Sayaka was actually, the best point of her Sayaka was when she was keeping up the facade of happiness after Mommy died. That was great, because it made sense.
Yeah, and then Madoka got really depressed about it, which also makes
sense. Sure, fine. That's fine. But how they dealt with it in the moment was pretty damn stupid. How they continued to fucking pursue fucking magical girlship after that, pretty damn stupid. How they react to the fact that they're not physically immortal is pretty damn stupid. Given everything they knew about that.
Fucking, they feel like they didn't have consent, which they actually, like, did give consent, but they didn't.
Which would have made a lot more sense if anyone had warned them. You know, someone who knew, don't know who would have had that knowledge.
Why did you
watch
episode
you know,
10?
If they asked any questions. Oh no, I know why. I know why she didn't. It's just a dumb reason. It's like saying, you know, I didn't fucking mow my lawn because I found a piece of corn on the fucking lawn today. So it's just like, clearly the gods are telling me not to mow my lawn. That's about that argument.
It's different if, for say, you've mowed the lawn before and that corn got into your mower and then it destroyed it.
Yeah, but you know, if that was going to happen, you should probably, you know, give evidence for that. Like, you know, several times. It's great if you tried.
Right. How is Homer going to give evidence that that's what happens?
She doesn't need to.
The person
the best part about it is she doesn't need to give evidence. That's the best part. She could just say it. And you know what? QB can't refute it. It's the best part. Best.
Be right back, checking up on my cat again.
Do you not think QB is smart enough to just get around that?
He literally couldn't refute it when it happened. If everything had happened, but Homer had said, you know, this is a thing that happens, her credibility shoots up. Why wouldn't she do that? If she couldn't stop everything from happening anyway, why not go all out? Instead, no, I'm just going to stay silent because fucking I have to stay fucking inactive until it's my time to be like fucking I'm going to go fucking fight witches or something. I don't know, whatever happened after that. It was so contrived.
First off, she only wants to save Madoka. That's it. Everyone else is just icing on the cake. Madoka's the main one. That's the entire reason she goes back. That's the entire reason she goes back every single time. Was to just get Madoka. That's why Madoka was so powerful when she became a magic girl. With all those things of fate. Madoka is the sole purpose she keeps going back. She doesn't care about anyone else. She just wants to keep Madoka from becoming a magic girl.
Why?
Because she realizes that once she does become a magic girl, she becomes a witch. Like, bar none. Like, every single time.
Great. So do all magic girls. It's literally the fate of every single one of them.
Yes, but she specifically had a relationship with Madoka that she felt so dear and near and dear to her. And this also gets brought up in episode 12, where she's realizing, like, all her fruits and for nothing. Basically, what happens is that every time she goes back, she loses a little bit of her humanity. Not, like, actually, but, like, in her mind. Like, every time she goes back specifically for that one purpose. And in her mind, if she fails to actually complete her goal, then it'll be like all of it was for nothing. And that's when she becomes a witch. And that's... Okay.
Gonna have to leave because we're gonna have to take my cat to the pet hospital right now.
A vet. It's called a vet. See ya.
See ya. I may or may not be back. Probably won't.
Got it. What a weird fucking... Why does everything always happen during the fucking HW?
HW? Oh.
Anime homework.
Anyway, every time she goes back, she loses a little bit of humanity, and like eventually it comes to the point. Eventually, comes to the point where if she doesn't save her, she becomes a witch herself, and she doesn't want that to happen either. So So every time she goes back, she tries to convince herself, like, I need to do this not only because I don't want to become a witch, but because I need to save Madoka.
What'd you say that fucking Madoka kept getting fucking, what was it, fate or something? Like fucking, because they constantly wish to fucking save Madoka or something? Every time?
Yeah, okay, that one is a little tenuous with how QB says it, but basically, apparently a magic girl's strength is based on the, like...
Relative fate or something.
Yeah, the relative fate of that person. Like, if this person has enough fate attached to them, then they become even more powerful. So, for instance, women in the past, like Cleopatra or whatever, they had a lot of fate tied to them, and so when they made their wish and became a magic girl, they became super powerful. And this continued with Homura because...
So every time I fucking wish for Madoka to go back in time and save Madoka, right? It happened a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't she ever just, like, wish with the same thing Madoka wished?
I didn't actually explain that, sorry. So her initial wish is to be able to go back and save Madoka, and with that, she gains her time powers. And every time that Madoka would die, she just goes back in time after that first initial wish. Because she can't make any more wishes, because she's already mad.
So then why does she keep getting more and more fucking, why? I thought it was accumulated wishes. If that's not the case, why is Madoka so important?
Because, despite her continually, like, rolling back, it's like the, DBZ system, I guess. Where, like, those universes still exist, quote-unquote. So, yep.
You mean multiverse theory?
Yeah. So basically, because...
That makes less sense.
Every time she fails to save Madoka, and every time she goes back to try and save Madoka, then that puts even more strain on Madoka and attempting to save Madoka.
Why? If this is multiverse theory, that makes no sense.
Or, like, it's not multiverse. So basically, every time she goes back, another strand of fate attaches to Madoka. Because the,
Wait, so is it or is it not multiverse theory?
It is not multiverse theory.
So what is it?
Is
it
one
simply
universe...
time manipulation or what?
It's simply time manipulation, yeah. So every time she goes back, there's another strand of fate attached to her.
That makes no sense.
And this persists throughout eternity. Like, it's... At the end of the show, it's made clear that forwards and backwards in time all kind of meld together at some point because Madoka's able to stop witches everywhere and every time. And so, because it, like, transcends time, I guess, is the best way to put it. Every time Homura goes back, another strand of fate on Madoka, another strand of fate on Madoka, another strand of fate on Madoka.
Let's fucking say it together, kids. Contrived.
You sent it specifically to me.
Contrived. Oh, boy. I could talk about fucking... No, I'm not going to. Fuck that. Just take more time and energy. Oh, my God. The amount of times I had to fucking just, like, stop and fucking pause an episode, like, every 2 minutes because the character said something that was so fucking stupid. And so fucking against everything that seems to be going on. It's absurd. It's a lot like Flip Flappers in that regard, actually. Not as bad. At least it was trucked through most of it. I don't know if it's better or worse. At this point, I'm done. I've mentioned everything I've wanted to say on the subject.
I like all the talks with Mamaka and Madoka. They're good. I think I mentioned that before. Soul reveal, like the actual scene where they've revealed that the souls are in the soul gems is actually executed really well. They know how to set a creepy atmosphere and weird you the fuck out, which they are able to do really well. Otherwise...
Shaft is too good for this bullshit.
Okay. Roll. Eyes.
Roll?
Fuck.
D20.
Whenever I roll... No.
What? 2d6 plus 4.
Whenever I roll my eyes, I say roll to make the impact noticeable, I guess.
Oh, yeah. You know, typically people just do that with their voice. Indeed.
Anyway, give it a 8.5 out of 10. It's really good. I liked it a lot more the second time around. And actually realized what was actually happening. That was good. The animation, music, story progression, character progression, all that's good. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, I think it's only fair I give this about an 8 out of 10. But wait, it's subverting it. It's now a fucking 4 out of 10. And here's contrived bullshit to fucking back that up. Now a 3 out of 10, and it committed the Cardinal sin. I'm throwing 2 out of 10. Fuck you. Shaft is too good for this.
Anytime, man. Anytime. And Chris is still gone.
Yeah, well, we'll get his fucking things later. Until then, I guess we'll go to a small recess.
Recess?
Recess. You know, I've noticed something.
Uh-huh.
I've written down notes for 5 of these anime homeworks.
Mm-hmm.
4 out of the 5 of them I really don't like. Like, in total, I've written notes for Flip Flappers, Keijo, Madoka Magica, and the Irregular at Magic High School. I'm noticing a theme. Also, Assassination Classroom, but that one was good. It also has my least amount of notes. I'm noticing a trend here.
I mean, when something's good, you don't have as many notes to write about. You're just like, oh, good animation, good music, good story, good characters, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When something's bad, you're able to, like, point out, like, oh, hey, that specifically is bad. Writing it down. It's a lot harder when things are good to actually point out, like, what sets that goodness apart from other goodness.
Yeah. So, you won last week, so you don't have to fucking put anything forth. I need to figure out what to recommend. That's a good point.
Anime homework done, because we're done
Actually, it's not, because we don't have one of the
We're done spoiler talking. This is the time code I put for, ending of spoiler talk for the anime.
What if Chris comes in and mentions, like, fucking, oh, everyone dies? Literally, that's what happens in this show. Everyone dies. Multiple times. Does it make sense? No. Well, actually, of all things, that's the thing that makes the most sense, but the rest of it...
I find that when emotions are involved, you tend to not.
I find that when you try to claim that emotions are involved, you tend to stick to that more than any other point.
I mean, when that's the entire crux of why they're acting the way they are. Yeah.
It's not their crux, though.
That is, though. Like, they're not supposed to be logical. They're teenage girls.
Oh, yeah, no, but they fucking, I get it. That's a point they bring up, but that's not everything. Like, they bring it up. Like, fucking the girl, the incubator specifically go after teenage girls. Great, I get it, and I get why. It makes sense why. But that doesn't mean people act like that. It's not how you fucking write a story. You don't write a story with characters that make bad decisions for the sake of making bad decisions and then blame, like, oh, hormones. That's called contrived. That is a contrived point.
But the thing is, that is how people act.
That isn't. You'll never find. It's not even if that's a matter of how people act. This is a story.
All right, in the story world that they've set up, that is definitely how they act. Is that better?
And yeah, and after literal millennia of people writing stories, we've come to fucking expect certain things, and we have seen certain things many times. We know things that are cliches. We know when something is done worse or done better than normal. And we're able to pick out certain things and dissect them and understand them as individual pieces. And as such, we know when certain things are contrived. Especially when the story's own flow and reasoning is thrown out the window.
And in what way was it thrown out the window?
It's like in... Oh, Chris is back. Chris.
Score. Or that was just someone walking by. Whatever.
I doubt it. Fucking... I need to work on a thing.
I mean, you could figure out what anime you're going to recommend.
I should do that as well. Oh god, Overlord 2 is out. Gotta watch that.
What are we doing? What's happening?
Ah, I knew it. Oh, the 7 Deadly Sins 2 had its first episode too. Can't wait to watch that and be disappointed. Hopefully not.
Are you actually going to watch it?
I mean, yeah, if it's gonna continue, I'm gonna watch it. It wasn't the worst thing. It was just bad because it didn't... I don't remember why I didn't like it specifically. I know, if you gave me some time, I could figure it out. But if it's gonna continue, I mean, why not? It wasn't the worst thing. If they could shed light on certain things, continue stuff, why not?
Although it probably doesn't matter. I'm good to be up past.
Up past
9 for you.
Okay. So
Yep.
more than 2 hours from now. Okay. I mean, we can do stuff after this. Like, we could run a test game. I have a test dungeon.
Anyway, Iggy, you gave it a 6, so yeah. So,
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't.
yeah, you gave it a 7 and then -1 because hockey.
Oh, no, I said, oh, it gets a 7. But wait, it subverts that down to a 4.
No,
And
for
then-
7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave it
Yeah.
a 7 and then Hawk Shenanigans put it down to 6. So, yeah, you liked it.
Hawk Shenanigans? Oh, yeah, Hawk. Right. Fuck that thing.
Okay.
Oh, right. Elizabeth's the thing. I might know. I'm a little bit.
Watch the sub.
Oh,
Watch-
you know what? I fucking. There's the mangas going on. As a curiosity, a few months ago, decided to read not read, but just look at the first few pages of the most current, what was then the most current fucking chapter. Fucking, do you care for spoilers? Because I saw something
Yeah.
that pissed me the fuck off.
I do.
That I'm not gonna say. Just know it pissed me the fuck off.
I'm assuming it's something with Elizabeth and Melody.
I'm not telling you shit.
Okay. Anyway, Chris, score for anime homework.
5.
There we go.
The true neutral at work.
True neutral.
So, Chris, Iggy, what are you guys recommending? I won last
That's a
week,
good
so I don't have to
question.
recommend anything.
All right, we're in this deadlock of. All right, we're both offer up something, and you just choose.
Yeah, Ian's gone to the vet, so
Not here.
So he went to the vet. That's
I
what
think
exactly
I have
happened to this
something.
cat. Did it die?
Supposedly something with its eyeball, but we're not sure.
Don't know what exactly.
Take it out with a spoon. It'll be fine.
Let's not do that. PETA will get involved and it won't be fun.
PETA won't give a shit.
PETA gives a lot of shits. They give too
Ah.
many shits, actually.
They're a pain in the ass, but they do stuff sometimes.
They stand for something great. They just don't execute it right most of the time, especially when they go after games for some reason.
But sometimes they actually do.
Yeah.
Rarely, but sometimes.
Yeah, let's fucking watch this. That'll be fucking great. I guess I have something, but I'm gonna preemptively deflect to Chris just to fucking
Be an
Have
asshole.
anything. Come on, why would you do that?
be an asshole.
Reflect back.
Oh. Chris is also an asshole.
Well, fine.
I don't have anything.
Fucking, I'm gonna recommend this.
This.
Oh god, what happened?
Well,
Wait,
for one, you put it in the server.
Did I?
2, you dropped
Oops.
from the call.
I think. Wait, what? I put it in the. Did it? I don't know what happened, but I went to
It's in the
this.
server. It's in the server.
Oh, there it is. I think I can get rid of that. Yeah, I can.
What is that?
Don't worry. I'll fucking put it in the call.
Oh, did that finish?
It finished a long time ago. Isekai Shokudao. Essentially, it is Restaurant from Another World. It is a food porn anime about a restaurant that fucking, from contemporary Japan, dips in between several locations in a fantasy world. And these people fucking come in, you learn a bit about the people, and then you get visually treated to some food, and which they fucking talk about it and fucking give their reactions to it. It's a lot like what I imagine Food Wars would be if it was slightly different. I don't know. I've never seen Food Wars, though. All I know is it's chill, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Like, I remember this starting before I left for base.
Yeah, no, it fucking... it finished September of last year.
That would be in the middle of
It
base.
is by Studio Silverlink. They have done Watamote, Fate Collide Linear Prisma Ilia. Unhappy, I guess that was a thing.
It's a food show.
They haven't
It's a
actually done
food
much.
show.
Don't watch it during nighttime when you have no food. I
Oh,
made that
they did
much-
Baka and Test, actually.
That could be an issue for me. This is so annoying not being able to have any snacks.
Oh man, it's the worst.
You get to 9 o'clock here and it's like I can no longer access food.
In any case, Baka and Test and Watamote are their most acclaimed
What is
ones.
Watamote? That sounds familiar.
Neat Girl, basically.
Oh, fuck that.
Neet.
That show is like cringe. I don't use cringe
What?
lightly, but that show's like noted for being like like cringe on a higher
no matter
plane
how
of
I look at it, no
existence.
matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault.
I'm
What'd he
not
say?
popular. Yeah. No matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault. I'm not popular.
That's it.
Yeah. That was apparently decent. I don't know. Never seen it, but yeah.
I've heard nothing but it's like cringe on a higher level.
So, Chris, what are you recommending?
You've got no one to deflect to. Ian's not here.
I
This is
think I
also just
found-
essentially
I think I
Nick
found
picks
something.
the anime, so fucking play to your fucking audience.
No, I think I found something, and I feel bad for choosing.
I mean, you guys get a
I found
vote.
some. I found some. Yeah, sure.
It's just
It
that our
was
votes
totally
cancel each
meanwhile.
other out, so you know.
I found something for you said you're something, and I feel bad. I'm gonna go
Why?
ahead and go
Oh,
with
wait.
anyways. I'm gonna go with the Gashi Kashi.
Why does that sound familiar?
Another food-based show.
Oh,
Semi-food.
okay, we have a theme. Got a name or a picture? Oh, Dagaishi Kaishi. I remember this.
Yeah. So
That's the more pornographic one.
so the show is this. There's a boy
Oh, this shit.
who is going to inherit his sweet shop, but he doesn't want to inherit the sweet shop. And then the heir from another sweet shop rolls up and wants the father of the current owner of the sweet shop to work for the big company. And the deal is, all right, I'll go work for the big company if you can convince this little shit to inherit. Yeah.
A lot more etchy, especially from the memes I've seen. I watched a few episodes of this and just kind of don't remember why I stopped.
I remember it being bad.
I don't remember it being bad, but what the fuck am I looking at?
It's by Studio Feel.
I bet it would be.
Deal.
By a studio named Feel.
They've done My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu 2. So, the second season of My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
I guessed as much.
Otherwise...
The two in the back haven't. The two at the end of that title didn't tell us anything. All right. Yeah.
You got candy foods or regular foods?
They did not
What
do the
flavor-
first season.
What flavor are you looking for, Nick? Sweet or fucking whatever the fuck the other one is? Otherworldly, I guess.
I mean, what are you guys gonna vote for?
You know,
Hate you.
I think it's a hard thing. I think I'm going to vote the Gaishi Kaishi.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm gonna
something
vote for
about it.
Restaurant from Another- Gonna vote for Restaurant from Another
It's
World.
like I never really finished. I kind of want to continue seeing some more. So that's got my vote.
Alright.
I was interested in looking at Restaurant from Another World. That looks really interesting.
There's no losers here, weirdly.
In the minute trailer.
This is
Really
alright.
good from like the trailer I saw. I was like, that looks kind of interesting.
It's pretty good. Fucking Game Theory talked about it for some fucking reason because of a sponsorship.
Or was that their fucking other site? Or the...
It wasn't filmed
Theory.
there. It was like I think it was at the end of a Game Theory because of fucking Crunchyroll sponsorships.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I figured about it.
They
Doesn't-
could do a film theory on it. Find anything. They're actually serving up the dead people. Each place they go to, they're actually just the coroners, and they're serving the dead remains.
Huh.
There's your theory.
All right, Nick. We really don't. Me and Chris really don't have to fucking vote. So could you do your thing?
Your thing. We'll wait in suspense.
I'm deciding.
Decide faster.
Doesn't decide any fast.
Can we overclock Nick?
Can we overclock Nick? I don't think you can overclock Nick.
Only a machine is capable of this amount of imperfection. Just gotta boot it up a bit more.
What I heard happened here. Apparently, somebody got a really loud sound system, testing their music. So the person next door made a super magnet and stuck it to the wall, and fried the other dudes.
Was this something you heard in general or something that happened around you?
It's something I heard.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past people to do that. Not a lot to do here.
Oh, so it was a... Okay, I get it. I just want to make a magnet.
Maybe just ordered a shit ton of magnets and just tape them together and hope that would do something.
I will make this magnet stronger by taping it to another magnet.
Fucking no. Listen, listen. Everyone here has way too much spare time, especially since we don't have 16.
Write a book. We certainly have enough time right now when Nick's taking his sweet-ass time. Nick, did you die?
A backlog of games.
No, I'm
to
still
get
here.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm attempting to figure out which one I want to watch more.
What the fuck? Walk us through your process,
To. The
man.
coin, I don't care.
All right, so I'm looking through like
Flip a
the
coin.
backlogs of the shows, right?
Just flip a coin. Just flip a
How
coin.
long is the Gaishi Kaishi? 12?
That is something I'll look up.
12. It's also 12. It's also 12. Both are episodes.
Oh, they're
both of them are
12?
12.
Okay.
It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, this one's 12.
The only discernible difference is one's from 2016 and one's from 2017. It'll still take Nick till 2019 to decide.
One's an isekai and one's about fucking ecchi. Both fairly controversial genres, by the way.
What's controversial about isekai?
People are kind of sick of it. Like, it's coming in a wave. Like, especially from the manga side, like, so many people took up isekai and just kind of have left their projects to do nothing. Like, you got 10 or something chapters in, it's like, well, could you maybe update this, please? Especially the good ones. There's a fucking mountain of them. Like, if I look through, like, the popular fucking mangas around what I use for an app, it's like fucking 13 or 15 of the top 20 are fucking isekai. It's loaded.
What do you use to read manga?
It's an app on my phone called My Shelf. It works decently. I just want something to read manga on my phone. Also streams anime. Rarely use it for that. Also has
Hey,
doujins, but those are creepy.
What's a doujin?
Porn.
Oh, dojins. Okay.
Lots of porn.
My shell as an LL or shelf?
Shelf. As in like a bookshelf. I've actually had this
My
conversation
shelf.
with you before.
My shelf manga reader version too.
Yeah.
It's not an iOS.
Get fucked.
Get rocked.
Get fucked.
Get wrecked.
Androids, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I hope I said that right, because I have no clue about phones. You know what I've
Android's
not
better
been able
than-
to understand?
It's better than Apple in every single thing.
Yeah, especially since Apple fucking... Dude, they got sued over their fucking phone bullshit, didn't they?
Yeah, they were like slowing down old phones.
It's like, well, that's dick
They're
move.
not
Let's
actually gonna get sued though.
See. Don't see why not.
No, but
Or like the
They-
lawsuits will come, but they're probably gonna win them.
Doubt it.
Get the publicity.
Yeah. You know, they say
Any
no
publicity
publicity is
is-
bad publicity, but when you're talking about a product that people use pretty constantly, it's like, hey, this gets worse with time. I think that would have an effect.
I mean, if you just this gets worse with time, no shit. That's how life works.
No, but we actively make it worse. It's like someone fucking stabbing with a
That-
needle, which fucking eventually comes like a full circle into
When you actively come out and say, "We make this worse,"
and you'll still buy it.
you'll still buy the newest one. It's just,
This gets 20% less worse with every passing minute. Nick, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm now interested in. I'm looking up a good manga reader.
What the Come on. We have
Why-
more
Look,
shit to do.
this is a very
Like,
tough decision. Okay.
you also don't want to check Fire Emblem Heroes while you're at it. You have
No,
some
I
stamina
don't
now.
play games while on the podcast, Chris.
Is there a Fire Emblem anime?
There
I think there
was?
was. There was one.
How
I
was
know
that?
much. They had one.
I
But
don't
it was like
remember
an older
it.
one. It was like an older one. It was like a fucking like 80s or 90s cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon.
You know what? Fucking, there's one way to end this quickly, assuming one of them meets the criteria.
What's
Let me
that?
try. I gotta figure it out first.
All right.
I have a feeling neither of them is gonna meet it, but whatever. Yep, definitely not that one. Nope, neither of them are on Netflix.
Oh damn. Yeah,
that would have instantly resolved it.
Yeah, I would have clinched it. So for those who don't know, when I don't like how other webs like
Current other websites that you know about anyway.
right, like Kiss Anime, for instance. That's one of the most popular.
Got pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't like how you have to do a CAPTCHA every time you switch between an episode, and when I'm watching a show, I like to just, like, go, go, go. I don't like having to have to stop and then...
I know there are other sites I've watched from other sites, especially since there was weirdly this one anime I was fucking watching. What was it? It's like World End. What are you doing at World's End? You're gonna fucking... Something like that. Fucking wasn't anywhere on Kiss Anime or anywhere else, actually. I only found it on some weird niche site. That niche site works well, though. So there are alternatives.
Yeah, but of all of them, you still have to click shit.
No.
With Netflix, it's just like immediately as the episode's ending, it just queues up the next one, and then you can just watch it. And it's nice like that.
As one would expect from a paid service, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do on Crunchyroll, which I'm very surprised you don't have some form of access to. Or what is it these days? Verve?
The hell's Verve?
VRV service.
VRV, all your favorite channels.
Has.
Watch the best stuff ever. It has all of Crunchyroll shit. It's got some other stuff like Last Man, some other more stuff.
What is that show? Oh, it also I think it has like the
Critical
third
Role.
season.
Critical Role's on it.
What?
Harmon Quest is on it as well. Ruby's on it, apparently.
Fairy Tail. Boop
Bravest
Boop,
Warriors, Mob Psycho 100, My Hero
Captain
Academia.
Sakura.
It's like a bunch of just like, we thought we'd just make like a super service with like everything.
How did they get that done illegally?
I don't know. It just kind of popped up one day. I'm like, why is this here?
Like, they got Day 5, Psycho Pass. Like,
Super.
getting all the licenses for these must have been awful.
DB Super?
Yeah, they got Super, too. Only
That's why
$10 a
Super
month,
Robot
too. Huh.
Never come to the West. You know, licenses are different for each country.
Yeah, like,
Just because they have the license for America doesn't mean they can do it in Japan, and vice versa.
I know, but, like, getting it done for one country is a nightmare. Getting it done for multiple is just, whoa.
This might be an America only thing, then.
I mean, a lot of those are American shows, so.
I know, like, one of those things that they have on it, I think it was like Last Man, something about a boxer. It looks really interesting. Animated show. Had me interested, but I'm like, I don't want to spend money on that.
It's interesting, anyway.
Currently, fucking, like, I don't like spending money on any subscription service. I'm currently bumming my second fucking free trial of YouTube Red. I don't even know how I got it.
Your second one?
I don't know. They just gave it to me again, so I said, fuck it, I'll take it. And then, like, the free month extends until March 15th for some reason.
That's a little longer than a month.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm enjoying it, though. And come March fucking, like, 10th or something, that shit's getting canceled.
Dark theme. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, Chris, do you have a Switch?
I do have a Switch.
Dark
We've
Souls.
talked about it before.
Fuck off.
Remastered. No excuse.
Here's the excuse that I don't like Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's the best excuse you could have. Seriously.
I just don't like Dark Souls. I just don't like Dark Souls.
Remastered.
I played a little bit of it, and it doesn't appeal to me.
That's understandable. I'm hype about that. I don't have a Switch, but now I want a Switch.
Are you hyped about the remaster though?
Yeah,
But
it's fucking like after fucking so many years, fucking Dark Souls 1 is gonna be like the newest game, and people are gonna be online and shit. And they're fucking making the password system, which was in the more modern games. In that one, they're fucking touching up some shit, combat mechanics and such. Fuck yeah.
But no mods.
No, I mean the mods you would always use. You didn't really have mods on Dark Souls. It was literally just a thing to fix the frame rate, but that's not going to be necessary. Not to mention that they're working with the community for certain bug fixes. So, yeah.
But it's Bethesda. Do you
It's
really
what?
believe in them that much?
What?
Eh.
Did
Do you
what?
really believe in Bethesda that much? Wait,
What
no,
are
it's
you
from
talking-
software. What am I
Yes.
talking about? I was
Firstly-
thinking I was thinking Skyrim or Fallout.
Firstly, yes, I do trust Bethesda that much. Second, Bethesda's a
What?
pretty good company.
What did
No.
Bethesda do bad?
They fuck up every single launch they have, but they
Yeah.
fix them too.
They let the community fix them.
Not everything in the community. They don't leave
Most of
everything
it,
to the
though.
community. But the thing is that the community they even support the community fixing their shit is also pretty okay. Like, yeah, it's fucking shitty that Fallout VR kind of launched basically unplayable for anyone with a low resolution computer, but that was also fixed like not even a day later. And, you know, fucking, as much as the community is very active and always fixes things, they also add things, a lot of things, and it's officially supported. So, you know, the creator system sucks, but I don't know how strictly that's being implemented anyway. I think you still get free mods, so what does that matter? Plus, I like their games. Their games are good. The games always fucking have a very high quality about them in terms of replayability and fun.
So Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah, Skyrim's fucking, like, to this day, still played so much.
Yeah.
If they would just get around to fucking releasing the Elder Scrolls fucking 6 or
I
7,
have Elder Scrolls online. They're good.
Why
please.
release a new IP when they can just re-release 5 over and over again?
Because we need, like, Argonia or something. Come on.
Oh,
I'm sick
Anyway.
little land.
I'm sick
The
of
land
getting...
of lizard people.
I'm-
Hooray.
Yeah, I mean, like, a jungle setting would be amazing. I'm sick of getting hypothermia anyway.
Just entirely full of lizard people.
Should really take that mod off, but fuck it.
Anyway,
Hypothermia.
Bethesda makes good bases for games for other people to expound upon.
I mean, even if that's true, I had so much fun with base Skyrim for years. I had so much fun with base Fallout for years. And then just mods making it infinitely replayable. Fucking, I'll take it. That's worth my
Games
money.
Replayability. A lot of games have a lot of... some games.
I fucking...
Skyrim is one of those games.
I bought Destiny 2 and I had a blast with it, but I'm struggling to find things to do these days because it just isn't much else that I haven't done.
Destiny 2.
Yeah, I don't regret my purchase, but it was fun while it lasted. But it's just not got much anymore. Community shit fucking is king. They've cornered that market. And they're actually trying to capitalize that market too, to a lot of people's dismay. Hey, Nick, have you fucking figured something out yet?
No.
Why?
What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to find something like that sets one apart from the other. That makes me
A
want to
lot.
watch that.
There's a lot different from these shows. From visual
You could just
styles
say
to
it,
fucking...
No,
You'll
I
watch
already
both.
looked at the visual styles. I like both of them.
Great.
You could just say, be able to watch both.
I mean, one of them looks a little more like a hentai
We
than the
could
other, but
watch
whatever.
both.
We could just watch both. It's fine. It's fine.
Like,
It's fucking
I would
24
watch,
episodes.
like,
That's a regular anime.
Yeah.
They're
Indecisiveness.
both short.
We could do
Fuck
that.
it. Fuck it. All right, fine.
All right, both of them win.
Yay.
Everyone wins.
We'll count this as a time.
I feel like we
Count this as a
cheated,
time.
but
We'll
whatever.
both put- fuck it. You cheated. No, I just wanted
Whatever.
this
You
to
both
end
get a
there.
point for the scores or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, or half a
Technically.
point.
Or half a point, sure.
Yes, we both
Fuck
get
Fuck it,
half
let's
a
make
point.
this more annoying than it already is.
I mean, you're the one holding it, so more annoying
Half
for
a
you.
point. Fine, then here, finally, are the points. Leading the pack.
How's it gonna work next week? Are you two just gonna recommend 2 anime again?
We'll count this
Go
as
for
a special week, and we'll just go for it from there.
All right. Special week, yay.
Yeah.
Fucking, so the winners leading the pack
much
are me
food.
at 18.5 points, Chris at 13.5 points, Nick at 8 points, what a bitch, Ian at 0 points after losing 20 in a row. I'm not counting this one because he wasn't here. TOG
Yeah, that's
at
true.
0, Paul at 2, who has won both times he was on because that was impressive, I guess, And Mega.
That's right.
with 3 victories, most of which have been Garbo. Fuck you for Battle Vixens, Mega.
Why are you sick?
You'll
I feel
feel
like
that.
I'm not gonna be sick.
When we start playing Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
Well, I'll let people know of the 2 anime to watch.
Oh yeah. So you mean I'm just gonna go watch the Geishi Kaishi? Chris is gonna go watch Isekai's Shokudao.
I mean, I have to watch both because I haven't watched any of this.
Oh well, good luck. And Nick, you're gonna watch both like by
I'll be fine. I have time.
no, you're gonna watch them. Oh well, it depends also what we do next week. All right, so that's basically the podcast.
I mean, it's only
I have
24
a
episodes.
tendency-
I've already watched through, like, most of Diamond is Unbreakable. And, like, I'm on episode 34 now of Diamond is Unbreakable. And I started it, like, earlier this week, so yeah.
Like, I have a
I'll be
lot.
good.
I consolidate my time.
All right. Well, if we recall, the Ultra Council made a decisive action last podcast to indefinitely suspend until further notice the extracurricular activity known as corners.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Did you?
Yes, you had a fit about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Mega wasn't here. He was part of the. Okay, yeah.
So that's still in effect.
You were bitching about like, we need everyone needs to be here for that. No,
And then the
all
Ultra Council shut you down again.
The whole entire
Ultra
Ultra Council wasn't here for whatever. We're not fucking doing it again. Go.
Council just said, "Fuck you."
So yeah, that's still in effect. No reason otherwise to review it, unless there is. But I'll hear those
I don't have one.
queries now. Okay, no queries. So that's it then. We have gone through all of our required material through this podcast, and can either adjourn our meeting or talk about something else.
Don't have anything else to talk about.
If we end in the next about 5 minutes, we'll be under 3 hours.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
that's with me cutting out shit, by the way, not just alone.
Oh, dude, Fire Emblem Heroes released the
fuck
content.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like how you
2.1.
can get the maps now.
That is so nice. You don't have to
Before
look
you
it up
pop-
online or anything.
Oh, it's
No. The biggest thing I like is for training tower purpose, because I hate popping in thinking, oh yeah, I can, like it's a blue, that's like one blue tome user, but like 3 axe users. All right, I can totally do it with like my red sword, but then the blue tome user's fucking Reinhardt, and I'm like, kill me.
I would like some details on this friend of yours for D&D, and possibly if you want to make your character, that would be splendid as well.
We can do that.
Oh, you want detail?
Like, they're not necessary right now. The game has no set start date, so it doesn't matter. There's no rushing. But I'd like to know who's going to join our game, if nothing else.
If you look in my very, very sparse friend list, find a guy named Obi.
Well,
that's him.
You cut
can
out.
you search other people's friends lists?
Can.
I don't see why not.
Can you?
Steam, you go to view Steam profile.
Oh, your Steam. I thought it was Curse.
No.
No.
I think you can do it on Curse though, or at least there's one for mutual friends. I think.
Well, yeah, it works for mutual friends. I don't think it works for.
He's got Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is a Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm sorry, what?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Look at him. Look at him.
He's got a sombrero and a mustache over a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and his background picture is from Nekopara. So this guy seems okay.
Apparently he's not. It's not something he's proud of, but he has all of them, and he's played all of them.
I've played a Nekopara game. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know. And it has an OVA now.
Oh yeah, they fucking did that.
Or OVA.
Does he have a decent microphone?
Do any of us?
Yeah.
Not
like
really.
Me, you, Chris, all have decent audio quality. Okay. Same with Ian, actually.
I'm not 100% sure.
I mean,
but he should be fine.
All right. Does he have a laptop or whatnot?
He does have a laptop.
That really shouldn't. I say that shouldn't matter, but I had been making these maps kind of big, like 75 by 75.
That's
like,
kind of big.
Yeah, they needed to be big.
Shit.
Well, it's a lot of blank space. Like dungeons, like the assets I made are kind of big, and I like to make the dungeons kind of big. And...
Oh yeah, so I don't know. Send them a friend request.
Did it?
And then tell him it was me.
It'll happen one way or another if he fucking wants in this game.
I'll tell him now.
Oh yeah, Chris, did you see the new terrain type and what it does or no?
Oh, trenches. Fuck cavalry.
What does it do?
Fuck
it
cavalry.
Slows cavalry down to armor speeds.
Okay. Just if they land on it or if they're trying to go through it?
Trying to go through it. So essentially it's like a forest for cavalry.
Okay.
So it'll make cavalry slightly less. Look at your 3 movement. No.
Okay.
There we go. Should podcast ND time we go?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are we done?
Yes.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
Not really.
The state of YouTube and the socio-political
I mean, everyone's already talked about that dead body and whatnot.
It's not even that anymore. It's further. It's like
Eh.
YouTube responding and fucking,
I mean, they actually responded after all the backlash. And
and they
after
responded
everything.
poorly.
They took away his YouTube red. Oh boy.
I mean, they set the bar for themselves, so they kind of had to.
Yeah. Like, oh, we did this to Felix. We gotta do it to this guy now. We gotta seem equal.
Wait, what did they do to PewDiePie?
Remember when he fucking, I don't remember which controversy of his it was, but he
It
was
was
like,
the
oh,
death to Jews or something.
Oh,
that thing. The whole fucking not getting into a whole fucking thing about that. Yeah, they took away his YouTube Red shows, and then fucking it was
Took him
very
off Google
debated.
Preferred.
And then you got this bimbo motherfucker being like, "Here's the dead body," and then it's a little bit more cut and clear what went wrong there. So if they didn't, it would have been clear favoritism, which doesn't bode well for YouTube, despite the fact that the undisputed champion of the fucking wrestling match that is known as the fucking video sharing platforms.
The thing is, they could say they're taking him off
mean-
Google Preferred without actually taking him off. Like,
Oh yeah, they
how
could do
would,
that.
How would anyone find out? Right?
Someone would.
Even if they did find out, they could just say, oh, it was an accident. This just happened. It didn't go through yet or something. Like, they could easily cover it.
They could.
Like, there really isn't a way to, like, police YouTube on that front. Unless, like, an insider came out like, hey, this is what's happening. Which, there's NDAs for that, so, I feel like it'd be somewhat obvious who would be the rat, quote-unquote.
Right.
Thank you all for watching. Mr. Bye.